Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen. So, I'm going to take off the the music for right now just because I haven't played with it. So, I don't want the music to be way too overpowered than what it should be. You know what I mean? But regardless, though, hello, everyone. Welcome. So, just Tim, what's up? What up, Tim? How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Just a heads up, Tim. I'm not gonna be playing anything today. I'm literally just gonna be talking, trying to, in a sense, doing a podcast. So that's what we're gonna do today. For I don't know. Depends how much I go through all this. You know, if there's people, cool. If not, don't worry about it. But again, we're gonna do our first podcast for today. But yes, Tim, how you doing, Brett? Nice Xbox line. Thank you very much, Tim. Appreciate it. Hotkeys, what up, Hotkeys? How you doing, buddy? How's it going? Welcome to the stream, my friends. All right, let's see. I finished my Skylines, no problem with the podcast, bro. Okay, just kind of keep in mind that I won't necessarily be talking too much, you know, off brand. You know, I'm just gonna stick to the topics in this one, and then we'll see how it goes from there. But you guys are doing well. But regardless, yeah, let's start off with our podcast right now. Okay, so first of all, I just want to thank you guys for showing up for today. It's it's like a podcast thing, something that I've been wanting to do for a while. Like even years before. I even tried it before with my friends. It didn't really work out just because time issues and all that, and I'm not too sure they were really too much into it. You know what I mean? But welcome to. Just keep in mind that the name of the podcast is subject to change. Obviously, this is just what I thought of just right in the way, so it could potentially change. But welcome to the first episode of the Fake Games Talk podcast. So welcome, everyone. Welcome. What's up, bro? Thanks. This looks nice, man. I've been good. Really gotta change my nickname on here, cause hell nah. What do you mean, hell nah? What's wrong with it? By the way, the PS5 issue I told you is not a big of concern as I thought. Yeah, I know. Which we'll get into that, cause that's one of our topics, Tim. So we'll definitely get into that. But just wanted to kind of show you guys what the purpose of this podcast is. It's just, look, the whole purpose of this is to literally just talk about video games for where us being live in a sense. I know podcasts are more, where there's people in the background that they're just chit-chatting, but I want to do it different. I want to do it where I talk to you guys, where you guys share your opinion. Sometimes here and there we'll have special guests, just come in and have him talk as well. Maybe have him on camera too. Everything's gonna change, right? And obviously, I'm here to ask you guys for you guys' opinion as well. Look, it can be about news for gaming news for the week, and it doesn't necessarily have to be gaming news. It can also be gaming news related stuff, like shows. For example, like The Last of Us coming out this week. It could be stuff like that. And maybe towards the end we could just have the other section, if you know what I mean. Still don't know if this podcast is going to be, every week, bi-weekly, every month. It just really depends on how much interaction we have, how much time I have, and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's just on that. But mainly, most importantly, it's all going to depend on the subjects, or I guess the news, because sometimes video game news is really boring. Sometimes there's nothing. Sometimes we get a hell of a week where everything is just kind of thrown out there, and then sometimes it's just kind of us. You know what I mean? But just keep in mind that this podcast at first, or this podcast, it's gonna pretty much suck right now. It's not really orientated. I literally just I'm kind of winging it all. I'm just kind of going, all right, this is what I want to do. Blah, 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 blah. I've never really done a podcast before. I'm just trying to wing it. That's kind of how I am. I like to wing it at first, and then from there see, all right, this is what I can improve on. This is boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? So just a heads up on that. But I can guarantee you though that at some point from doing this throughout, the entire year, will be pretty decent of a podcast, if that makes sense. So I will definitely take advice from you guys. So by all means, let me know down in the comment section below or in the chat, like, hey, this is what you can improve on, blah blah blah. But yeah. So this is where like I'll need your guys' help as well. Like, just let me know whether it's on Twitter or on Discord or another person's channel, like that they made a specific video. You know what I mean? So just let me know how or what, like, I guess gaming news, because I may not always be on Twitter all the time, so I could potentially miss a certain news. So just make sure to tag me on whatever you want. Hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Discord, and just hit me up like, hey, this is what I found. Like, okay, cool. Like, even if I already know, it's like it doesn't matter because you never know. So that's kind of just that, but regardless, let's see. Why your room dark? Allergic to light all of a sudden? Hey, I'm trying to make a really nice background, Tim, for the podcast. Duh. Bro, I don't use hotkeys on anything anymore. Really? So what do you think your new thing is going to be called? Hotkeys? Bruh, I'm not going to recognize you now, Keys. Bruh, your beard is thicker than I originally thought. I know, because I haven't shaved it. Podcast Hector. Hey, little Bob. How's it going, buddy? Long time no see. Happy New Year to you, little Bob. Hopefully you're doing well. Look, should I add music? I feel like it's a little bit too... like, I could potentially lower it down. Let me know if the music is it too loud? Is it too low? How's the music for you guys? Right before we start with the actual thing. I mean, I know technically we already started, right? But just let me know. If this is good for you guys or not. I'm shading mine in anger and ain't thicker. It must just be in the genes, my dude. Is it raining? Oh yeah, can you guys hear that? Sounds like you have laundry going in the background. Dude, that's just the rain. Hey, we're going to use nature, okay? We're using nature today as well. Okay? Just keep that in mind. Yeah, it's raining. There's a shed in the back of my room, so that's probably where you guys can hear all that. But at least, how is the... how's the music? You getting flooded now? No, it's just like, again, it's raining, so... Just want to check it all out. Hold on. Alright, so how about now? Like, how's the music compared to my actual voice? Let's just see how this works. Alright, so hopefully this kind of works. Again, just as long as my voice is the one that's overpowering, I think that's where we should be fine. I don't hear music, I can't hear it, that level works. Maybe a little bit lower. Okay. Let's do that. Hopefully that kind of works out. Just let me know. Again, these are things I should have obviously had it all kinked out, but it is what it is. What kind of headphones do you have, Hector? These are the Arctic 7P Plus. They just bought these last year. I don't even have like half a year with them. I probably have maybe four months with them. They're designed for the PlayStation 5 or I guess PlayStation family and the PC. So yeah, because I really needed some for the PlayStation. I'm down with that level. Okay. Well, hopefully the song isn't too bothering. And look, I know you guys can hear the rain. I hope it's not too disturbing. But again, it's part of nature, you know. I like nature sounds, you know. So hopefully this is pretty cool. But regardless, though, you know, first of all, you know, just want to thank all of you guys for being here. Whether you want to participate or not, you know, just thank you for just in general being here. And make sure to give some feedback on how we can improve. Make sure to drop it down in the comment section below. And just in general, just even in the chat. But yes, this will be a little bit different than like our regular streams. I won't necessarily be answering to you guys too much about other stuff. I'm sticking to my topics, if that makes sense, okay? Alright, so let's start off. I've seen the pulse for the PS. Though I want the neckband instead. Neckband. I don't know what that is, Tim. I do know what the pulse is, though. All right, so chat. Let's talk about this information from the sister site of IGN called "How Long to Beat." So, in case if you guys don't know what this site is, it's in a sense it takes the average of all the games, you know, of like how long to beat. So it gives you up information about the like, hey, if you ever are like trying to wonder like how long is this game gonna be, just go look it up on how long to beat, I think.com. They're on Twitter, and they'll typically give you, you know, like a rough estimate of like, hey, this is how many people submitted their like how long it took them to beat it, and that's you know, so yeah. So again, sister site from IGN, but it's called How Long to Beat. I do usually use it according to, you know, when I want to start up a game. I'm like, all right, how long is this gonna take? So just kind of like around there. But according to them, and I don't know how accurate this information is or anything, but according to them, these were the most played platforms of 2022. There are some surprised in here that, which is kind of like weird. But again, I don't necessarily know how they got this information or like how this is even possible to get, but according to them, the most played platforms for 2022, numero uno, PC, which is understandable because look, in consoles, we're all broken apart into three different sections, right? We got Nintendo, we got Xbox, and we got PlayStation. So in a sense, console-wise, we're all split out, right? PC is just all like one thing, you know. It doesn't matter if it's Mac gaming or if it's just like actual just Windows. Like, it's still considered PC, which is not too surprisingly for me, you know. PC is obviously kind of dominant. So yeah, PC is numero uno. Number 2 goes to the PlayStation 4, which is still not too, I guess, surprisingly, because obviously the PlayStation 4 is like getting up there and like the top sellers out there. You know, it's still technically Sony's best. Well, we're not talking PS2, right? But it's like the best console so far. Aside from that, and keep in mind that, you know, there's still people that couldn't really find the PS5 in the last 2 years, which we'll get into that topic later down the road. But yes, PlayStation 4 is your number 2. Nintendo Switch is your number 3rd most played console. Which, see, this is where I would have expected the Nintendo Switch to kind of come up a little bit more, just because Nintendo Switch is still, look, it's not the newest. There have been more Pokemon games this past year, but I mean, just the effectiveness of the Switch is just still really like nice. You know what I mean? So, still not too surprisingly, I would have expected to be a little bit more higher, just because, again, you know, Nintendo Switch is really for like a lot of people who don't really, I guess, play video games. You know, like, for example, perfectly, my girlfriend, she's not really into gaming, right? She's not something that she really games. I gave her a Nintendo Switch for Christmas, and like she's been addicted to playing Mario. You know what I mean? And this is like without me telling her, like, hey, at least use the Switch. No, like she's literally buying her own games and all that. I'm like, cool, and like that's kind of like what I really wanted. It's just like, hey, you're not necessarily a gamer, but like in case you ever have free time, like here you go. Here's a Switch. And then when we go over and like her nephews are there, it's like we'll all play together, It's like this week we just hung out and we were literally playing Mario Party, just like for the heck of it. We had fun, you know what I mean? What was number one? I dropped my phone. No problem, dude. Number one was PC, sorry. PC number one, PlayStation 4 number two, number three is the Nintendo Switch. The most played console, or number four, is the PlayStation 5, which is still surprisingly because it's the console that you can't really find the most, but again, due to the whole like popularity of PlayStation, that's not surprising either. I'm actually surprised it is up there, just because PS5s are really rare to find, but not as much anymore, which is a good thing. This is actually the shocker one to me, which I do understand it, but Your number five. Well, okay, keep in mind that the PS5, I feel for next year, it's going to go way up just because it's a lot easier to come by now. You know what I mean? But number 5 goes to the Xbox One. So we're still talking about like the last gen. Hey, look, first of all, I'm just happy freaking Xbox is somewhere in there. You know what I mean? Xbox has a lot of catching up to do. We understand that. There's no games really coming out, but the main sale of the Xbox right now is Xbox Game Pass, which hopefully this year does a lot to improve sales on that, you know? But it's just surprising that, like, hey, the Xbox One is still up there, you know? And I know since, like, a lot of you guys are, like, PlayStation fans, like, this one's actually gonna sting a little for the Xbox people, but according to How Long to Beat, number 6 position is a PlayStation 3. Yeah, we don't even have the Xbox Series X or S on here. We're literally talking PlayStation 3 2 generations ago. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, bruh. It's a little sad, but also at the same time, you know, it's not that these consoles are too expensive or like they're too cheap, you know. Like the Series X literally costs $500. The Series S is $300 more. You know, so I totally like understand that, you know, but yeah, it just kind of sucks. But number 6 PS3 2 generations ago is still kicking butt, you know. 7th place goes to the Xbox Series X/S. You know, which, you know, I'm hoping by the end of this year that goes up a little bit more because, yeah, like, it's a little bit sad that Xbox's new freaking console is, like, being played more than, like, or it's being played less than consoles that were, like, from 2 generations before. You know, it's like, alright, Xbox. I mean, again, I don't know how accurate this is, but that is just the thing for right now. I just found it kind of, you know what, dude? Let's make this as a topic, and we'll see how that goes from there. Number 8 goes to the Xbox 360. Again, another one that was from 2 generations ago. So the fact that it's still kind of being up there, you know, it's still pretty cool. And then from right there, number 9 is Nintendo 3DS, and number 10 goes to the PlayStation 2. So we're talking 3 generations there. But yeah, in overall, like, not too surprising that PlayStation or PC is on top. That's kind of mostly, yeah. I feel like next year, for 2023, most likely the PS5 thing will go up higher from 4th place to possibly 3rd. You know what I mean? Maybe 3rd. I'm not too entirely sure about that one. I mean, I'm hoping the Xbox Series X and S bumps up this year, because yeah, it's a little bit sad, you know. It is a little bit sad to see that it's kind of down there, but you know, it is what it is. But What do you guys think? Do you guys like this list? Or is there anything surprising from you guys? Because again, PC number 1, PlayStation 4 number 2, Nintendo Switch number 3, PS5 goes to place number 4, Xbox One number 5, PlayStation 3 number 6, and then we got the Xbox Series X and S at 7th place. Now I know this is kind of like where it sucks a little because we're a little bit behind on some rather than the other, you know, like the lag, I guess, between by the time I get it to you guys compared to the other ones. So it's a little bit slow, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, this thing doesn't really matter. It's just, you know, just to us start off like, Sup, yo, Max Stink. What up, Max Stink? How you doing? Going over to the Twitch side, I see. But what up? How's it going? Again, we're just kind of talking about the, according to How Long to Beat, which is the sister site of IGN, said, according to them, these were the most played platforms of 2022, with number 1 being the PC, number 2, PS4, number 3, Nintendo Switch, number 4, the PlayStation 5, number 5 being the Xbox One, number 6 being the PS3, and number 7, Xbox Series X and S. So, you know, just surprised on how low the Xbox Series S is in there. PS5, obviously, like I mentioned, I understand because you still couldn't really get a hold of those too much, you know? Yeah, I saw that too, but it's only for registered users. Yeah, see, exactly, Taryn. So I wasn't necessarily, like, you know, saying like, hey, this isn't necessarily accurate, you know? This is just a little thing that just kind of came out there, and I was like, all right, let's just talk about it. But yes, exactly. Yeah, so, like, I'm not trying to throw anything out there, just a little, you know what, let's just start it off like this. But yes, so it is unfair in that regard, which, yes. And that's exactly, too, what I was like. It's kind of weird how, like, they know this data, but it's like, what about other data? So, exactly. Alright, so just a quick little add-in, and of course, this isn't sponsored or anything, but I did make an account for both the TrueAchievements.com and TrueTrophies.com. I'm going to try to hopefully see if that helps out just within the year, just so I can get more specific information on how I'm playing and how many achievements/trophies I got. So they're both sister sites from each other. I've been using these to get like information as well. I know PlayStation already has their own, like, you know, roundup of the year, which, to be honest, I didn't even check this year because I'm like, dude, it is going to be very low. So just a heads up, you know, I created an account on those. We'll see if they're useful. I don't know how useful they're going to be, but just a heads up, if you guys wanted to join up and see your stats throughout the years, then there you go. Did Lao already premiere in America? Not yet, Taryn. Not yet. We're still not there. Tomorrow is when it premieres. But let's move on to our next topic, and let's talk about the video games releases for January. Now, keep in mind that there is probably like a lot more coming out. These are just the ones that, you know, grab our attention as gamers, you know, because, you know, there's certain companies that don't really, you know, put too much effort into marketing just because they're small developers, and obviously the big AAA games are the ones that you know, pay a little bit more so you get more recognition on them. You know what I mean? But the first game that, you know, and we're really a little bit technically late on this, but the first game is One Piece Odyssey, which came out on the 13th. So what? Actually yesterday. On all the main consoles except for the Switch. Now, I'm not the biggest on One Piece, so to me, obviously, I'm gonna skip that. Yeah, it, just like I said, like in the chat, or you know, before, like, hey, I'm not too into the anime just because there's like so many freaking episodes on that. And yes, people have said, well, just read the manga. I know, but I don't know. It's just like something that I don't think I'll really get into. But that is the game that is coming out. You know what I mean? Smart Gaming. Hello, Smart Gaming. How you doing, buddy? Hello, welcome. Welcome to the stream. And let's see, DBC Kakarot, best January 2023 game, by the way. Ooh, someone's already getting a little bit up ahead of themselves. Are we? Huh? But Taryn, nice segue, because the next game that is gonna come out, which is not technically new, but it is Dragon Ball Z, or is it Dragon Ball? Yes, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which is an old game. It came out maybe 2 years ago. We have played it on the stream before, but as of yesterday, the 13th of January, it is getting the boost from PS4 to PS5 boost and Xbox One to the Series X and S boost. So what that means is it's getting a 60 FPS boost. You know what I mean? This is a game that I personally really love. To me, I want to say this is most likely one of my favorite Dragon Ball Z games that I've played. It's just because it's an open world game and you get to go wherever you want to go. It's like it's still following the story, you know what I mean? But it's just like you get to design your character whichever moves you want. And like it may not necessarily be the best, but it is by far one of the best Dragon Ball Z games, if not most likely the best. Like I don't know if these games can compare to the old Budokai games where it's just all fighting. But in this one, it's like you can move around 3D, if that makes sense. You can send people flying. And it's actually not even too hard. So I do actually want to test this one out again just to see how the 60 FPS boost feels. But I have heard that there have been some issues on both the Xbox and the PC. Or excuse me, PlayStation. So I don't know how about that. But mostly, importantly, it is because Kakarot got a DLC yesterday. They're going into the Bardock saga. And I personally haven't played any of the DLCs myself. But definitely do want to kind of get into it. Just the fact that they're already planning 2 other ones, which is pretty cool. I mean, the first one I believe is the Battle of the Gods. When they first turn Super Saiyan, like God Super Saiyan. The second one is the when Frieza comes. I forgot what it's called, obviously, so I apologize. And the third one, the one that I really want to play, is the History of Trunks. Trunks to me is one of those very iconic characters. He's probably like my second favorite. You know what I mean? So I do need to definitely buy that. And then PS4 Standard Edition got issues upgraded to PS5 versions. Deluxe didn't. I own Deluxe. Oh, okay. So you had no issues. Okay. See, look, perfect, dude. And this is like information like that. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So Taryn is here saying, and he's adding more info into this too, that it's like the standard editions from PS4 to upgrade it to PS5 are the ones that are having the issues, which I think that's kind of what like makes sense. And since he bought the Deluxe, he had no issues. Which, that's surprisingly kind of interesting info there. Okay. Did not know that actually. And then again, it's on all consoles, but I'm pretty sure the Nintendo Switch is not getting the boost, as Nintendo has been getting a lot of flack lately for their Switch. So don't think that one's gonna get anything boost. It's still there on the Switch from my knowledge, but it's not getting the FPS boost. It just standard freaking game. Another one, Fire Emblem Engage, and this is on the Switch. This is coming out on the 20th, so in about 6 days. 6 days from now, Fire Emblem Engage. Again, I don't really play too much of the Nintendo Switch. I'll try to obviously change that this year. But Fire Emblem is not really a game that I play. I don't know if you guys play any of those or not. But yeah, Fire Emblem Engage, again, not too much of it. Honestly, I only really know them just because when the amiibos came out of Marth and Roy. But I personally have never played a Fire Emblem game in general. Do I really want to play one? Not necessarily. Maybe that later down the future I'll probably get into it. So we'll have to see. What's the crap? Casserole, what up, Casserole? How you doing, buddy? How's it going? How you doing, buddy? Welcome to our podcast. What kind of game is that? Fire Emblem. Dude, I don't know how much, literally, I can get into, but it is mostly like it's a turn-based game where I guess it's like army versus army, you know, and you have these characters that have powers, I guess, and it's just a turn-based game. That's as much as I can explain it because I don't really know what it is too much. And, you know, it's like a JRPG, basically. You know, that is as much info as I can tell you because I don't really follow these. Again, like I said, these Fire Emblem games have been out since like the Nintendo, like Super Nintendo era, most likely. Don't quote me on that. But I've only heard of them like not too long ago due to the amiibos, but I've never actually played a game. Turn-based, yikes, let's move on. And with that said, we're moving on to Monster Hunter Rise. Now, this isn't a new game. This actually came out maybe like 2 to 3 years ago on, I believe, could have been exclusive to the Switch, if I'm correct. I could be wrong on this. But regardless, Monster Hunter Rise is coming to the PlayStation and the new Xboxes. And I think I played the demo for this one, and I was like, okay, this isn't too half bad. So Monster Hunter is, I guess, it's like an open world where you go hunt certain beasts, you know, animals. Never really played one either, you know, since a lot of them are really exclusive to the Nintendo, but they're starting to obviously branch out. And then also the fact that Monster Hunter Rise is coming to Game Pass. So if there is a chance, I may try it out to see how it is, but I'm not too kind of, you know, excited about it because it's an old game, nothing new. I don't know how I am about playing new RPGs, especially with work and everything going on, you know. Yo, Cass, I don't really play games anymore. Ooh, Casserole, why not? You focus on other things or what? But from there, we're gonna move on to. Let's see, I'm interested, but just play Wild Hearts. Yes, exactly. So if you want to play something newer, which again we'll talk about this later down the road, Wild Hearts is actually a perfect way to like try out this kind of version, because Wild Hearts comes out next month on the 13th of February. So that is actually a game that I'm really looking forward to for February. I've seen, you know, that the dude fights these like really majestic animals, and I'm really interested in it. So yes, totally correct on that. I'd rather just play it. But if you have nothing to play for this month, Monster Hunter Rise is there, and if you're on the Xbox side, it's on Game Pass. Play Phantom Forces and Roblox with my friends from time to time. Hey, Roblox still counts, dude. Hey, as long as you're playing, that's still considered playing video games, you know. But yes, moving on from that, we got Forspoken coming out on the 24th, and this is the next game that I will definitely play. So it is going to be, I believe, a PS5 exclusive, but it's also coming out to PC. So I know that's kind of like somewhat of a kind of issue with some PlayStation players. Like, hey, like, why is it going to PC? It should be PlayStation exclusive. But regardless to that, though, there's been a lot of bad drama on this game, I guess you can say. There's a demo out for this game already. I have not played it yet. I know I'm slacking. I get it. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best, okay? But Forspoken is coming out, and there's been like, I've heard both good things about it and then bad things about Forspoken. Now, regardless, I still want to play the demo. I'm most likely still going to get the game because that is my thing, that I at least want to try to get every PlayStation exclusive game, you know, the big ones, so I could try them out, because I have been suffering where, like, when I got my PS4, I didn't play anything. So my thing is to try to at least play the PlayStation exclusives and the Xbox exclusives, mainly for you guys as well, right? To make some content. So, yeah. Let's see. Forspoken, yeah. Taryn, would you like to explain to us why exactly it is that you didn't really like the demo for the moment? And again, obviously, I know it's gonna take some delay before you get it, so I'll try to talk. And then even if we're off topic, I don't mind coming back in and go like, oh, you know what? Okay, this is what so and so had to say about this. You know what I mean? So no worries on that. But from your words, Taryn, I know you played it, you didn't like it. And then for sure, I know, Tim, you've been interested in this game for some reason for like the past year and a half. So we're definitely going to play it, Tim, because I know this is a game that you've really wanted to really play it. So don't worry, my friend. I got you covered. I got a pedal for Christmas. Ooh, okay, casserole. There you go, dude. Not bad. You are you trying to get into music, casserole? Okay, so here we go with Taryn. It is a boring world, so non-happening. Okay. Magic selection minus or menus are whack. Okay. Didn't even look like constant 60 frames. Okay. So we're starting to go into that little. Character doesn't look like it belongs in that world and setting. And I can't remember more. No, hey, no problem, dude. Just like little info. Okay. I mean, like I said, to me, I haven't played it, and I know the developers have been saying like, hey, this is just a demo, so this isn't what it's actually gonna be like. So I'll be forgiven in that sense, you know. I'll be okay. I'll be like, you know what, that's fine. Let's see how the regular build is. Because again, that's kind of what I want my job to be. Where like, hey, I'll be the dummy, you know. I'll be the one to take the hits for you guys. I'll definitely try it. And then depending there, if you guys like it, cool. If you guys don't, then no, you know. Taryn, is this a game that you're gonna get? You're gonna wait up? You're just gonna wait for me to play it, or what's the deal for you? I mean, I did do the Ultima HCDC cover. Oh, I see. Yo, Hector, sup, Tim, Taryn, Eng. What up, Eng? How you doing, buddy? How's it going? How you doing, buddy? How you doing? I didn't check you out first. Ooh, you're gonna check me out first? Thank you, Taryn. I'm kidding. No, but yes, don't worry about that. Taryn, definitely will buy this game. It comes out on the Tuesday, so depending, you know, if I'll be working, I'll definitely play it at night. I'll most likely try to finish it first, you know, because there is another game coming out there. Hey, yo. I'm kidding, Taryn. I know exactly what you meant. Alright, so moving on from Forspoken. Again, if you guys have other things that you guys want to say, don't worry. I'll get back into it. I don't mind jumping back because I know there's a delay. You know, would rather get the next game. See, dude. Hey, dude, Taryn, Taryn should be working on my sequences instead, or segues. Sorry, on my segues. Moving on to the next segue is Dead Space remake coming out 3 days later from Forspoken, which it kind of sucks. That it's like, dude, 3 days isn't really enough to like really defeat a game. I mean, especially like if you got other things going on as well. But yes, Dead Space remake is finally coming out on the 27th, and I believe this is only for the next gen consoles, so PlayStation 5, Xbox X and S, and PC. So no PS4, no Xbox One, and most likely no Nintendo Switch. And keep in mind that, again, it's a remake, right? This game came out, I want to say, maybe 2007, 2008 era. So this came out when Xbox 360 and the PS3 were kind of new in a sense. You know what I mean? So this is a game that I played and I freaking love it. I want to say Dead Space is like the first horror game that I've ever played. And I'm telling you, playing it at night when I was like 14, 13, was actually a really good combination. There is some good jump scares, I guess, in the game where like some dudes will pop out of a wall from the vent. You're like, oh crap, Again, I haven't played it since maybe 2011 because again, that's when I played it. So we're easily 10 years over into it. I got into Dead Space 2, which I loved overall as well. But Dead Space 1 was one that I 100% completed. So definitely got it. I have been hearing that it is almost the same thing, but they have changed a few things, like maybe some little quest here and there. But the main story of it, the main focus of it, it's all still there, which is what I love. Now here's my question to that: will they have the same achievements / trophies? I have no clue. You know what I mean? I'm kind of hoping that they switch a little bit here and there, so that for us, for example, us, we can freaking have our own little different guides to make, because obviously, the algorithm is still gonna, prefer the people from the old Dead Space achievement / trophy guides. So it'd be cool if they were to make some new ones. I would appreciate it. But I was one of those that passed, got 100% all achievements when I played on the Xbox. So we'll have to see. But let's see. Terrence still waiting on reviews. Okay, yeah. See, I mean, look, like I said, it's gonna be basically the same as the regular one. So if you could, or if you want to, you could, in a sense, start looking or reading over the old reviews, because I think it got reviewed really great, but I know being a remake and all that stuff can change, right? Can ever be used? Oh, you can never be sure with remakes. Yes, exactly. So okay, I will give you that one. Yes, because first of all, Dead Space, really, really great game. Callisto Protocol, you should be ashamed of yourself to be considered the freaking next Dead Space, this kind of game. You should be embarrassed. It was okay, but it just the hype was definitely not there for that game. Forspoken releasing 3 days after DS. Before Casserole. But yeah. EA will probably ruin it though. So it does look like it will revive Dead Space. Yes, dude. Casserole, if this remake can really look, if they can really make this game really good, it'll be good for some old games to be remade. I know, obviously, not everyone's a big fan of remakes. I am personally, but also just in general, just like, hey, it's like bring back Dead Space, dude, because there's no horror like Resident Evil is the only one that's still, in a sense, kind of doing that. I mean, I know there's those Evil Within, Silent Hill, maybe games. I haven't played those. I mean, there's those dark anthology games, but I don't know how much of a horror vibe they are. But bring back horror shooters, I guess, is the way to kind of think about it. That's what I like. Dead Space is my horror shooter, like, that I want to play. Like, that's my cup of tea. You know what I mean? EA ruins all good games along with Activision and Blizzard. Yes, we can all agree on that they ruin games because they want money, more money for more honey. So I totally understand that. But as long as they just come out with the games and they're good, I won't complain. Because again, look, microtransactions, those are just things that if you want to, obviously the best way to counteract is just don't buy anything. I usually don't support for microtransactions, but I do understand that they're only optional. They don't have to be there. That's all they want. Callisto Protocol, never heard of it. Ha! Dr. Blitz, what's up? I don't know if that's a joke or that's just kind of like, did I even play that game? What's up, Dr. Blitz? Welcome to the stream, buddy. How you doing? I probably have microtransaction DLC like Dead Space 3. Dude, Casserole, Dead Space 3 is actually a game that I've never played. That's the only one from the series that I haven't played. 1, obviously the best. 2, I played it once, but that was in the era when I just got out of high school, started working, and just didn't give a bat's crap about video games for a little bit. But definitely do want Dead Space remake to succeed so that they can bring us back to 2 was still good. 3rd is the one that I kind of heard sucked, but it was also co-op, if that makes sense. Still haven't gotten around to finish Dead Space 2, which I hate. Ooh, I know, dude, but hey, at this point, either just kind of wait up, or if you want to, just play it up, you know? Who knows? To be honest, I'm not only playing Roblox, I'm also interested. Ooh, dude, Vampire Survival. Okay, I've been hearing a lot about that game. I don't necessarily know exactly what it is, but I know, like from the podcast that I listen from IGN, they've been very addicted to that game. Now, I don't know what it is exactly. I know you're a human, I think, hunting vampires, but I haven't really gotten into it. Who knows? Maybe we can try it out. But yeah, kind of wish big games didn't release that close to. Yes, dude. Like give us like two. Like okay, at least give us 1 week. Look, the entire month there hasn't been anything to come out. Nothing. It's like, why didn't you guys look? Let's be honest here. Dead Space has an advantage over Forspoken, okay? So to me, the real person that has to move are the makers from Forspoken. Because look, Dead Space can come out any day of this month and they're good. Because nostalgia is gonna get people. Like, look how I am right now. I'm like, dude, I don't care. I'm buying it. You know, even if it's $80, I'm getting it because I played the original. So to me, I feel like Forspoken could have been bumped up at least 1 week, would have been perfectly fine. But I mean, when it comes to 3 days like this, dude, it is sucks, especially for content creation, because you have to beat the entire game before you start making achievement/trophy guides, and it's just kind of like, dude, what the hell? And then there's like another game 3 days ahead. You know. So yeah. Now with a Dead Space, it's better than. Oh, okay. Hey, dude. Hey, and Castro, dude, and I really respect that. So Castro is saying that Dead Space 2 for him was better than Dead Space 1, and you know what, dude? I can't complain with you on that. Just because it's like, hey, it's your opinion. Obviously, you know, people prefer games, but okay, dude, that's actually interesting. Okay, I mean, it would be a little bit more confusing if Dead Space 3, if people would say Dead Space 3 was better than 1 and 2. That would be mind shocked right there. When is Dead Space remake coming out again? It is coming out on the 27th of this month. So we got what? Almost 2 weeks if you look at it. Almost 2 weeks, dude. Because it comes out on the Friday, right? So, yeah. So on the 27th. And anyone playing Kakarot now with the PS5 upgrade? A tad bit late, but yes, we did talk about it. I haven't played on the new 60 FPS. I will probably try it out soon. You know, hey, there's a good chance. There's a good no, cause I still have to download it. There's a good chance that I might play it after this, just to see how it goes. But yes, we definitely did talk about it. About the Kakarot. That to me, it's probably like one of my favorite Dragon Ball Z games ever. And it's mainly about the DLC that I want to start playing into again, because the DLC for right now is the Bardock that is coming out, but which I think that's what got upheld. I believe the DLC is what they pushed back, because like they're having issues upgrading from PS4 version to PS5, and then from Xbox One to Series X. So that's something, yeah. But I do definitely want to play the History of Trunks, dude. That saga to me is very special, dude. 2790K, I think. Yes, so it is the 27th. What is Kakarot? Bro, there actually isn't any vampires in the game. Oh, so I lied about it then. Kakarot already goated, It's really good. Kakarot is Goku from Dragon Ball Z. That's his nickname from how Vegeta calls it. Well, actually, all the Saiyans, they call him Kakarot. Brothers, plus Forspoken demos only did damage to the cells. Yes, exactly. So yeah. So going back to that thing where Dead Space is good. Dead Space does not have to do anything. Forspoken is the one that should have played a little bit smarter and go like, hey, you know what? Let's go up a week later. Upper, if anything. And yes, the demos did a lot of damage because a lot of people played it and they're like, nope, this game isn't for me. So there you go. I mean, see, this is where I don't mind. This is where I don't mind PlayStation using their PlayStation Premium / Extra, where you get the trial for the game. This is where I think they should let people play now, because there's so much negativity around the game that this is where they should use their new tiers to use, like, hey, you know what? You guys are iffy about this game? Here's a free trial on it, right? When you have the PlayStation Premium / Extra. That's how I see it. I don't know. Because I feel like this is where PlayStation has to be using their new PlayStation Premiums for something. Because they're not really going to give us games, but at least give us like, hey, this game has gotten a lot of negativity. Let's see if we can push you to buy it. We'll give you an hour to 2 max. And if you enjoy it, then keep on going. It can also hurt them, right? I understand that. But I mean, it's just not looking the best, you know? Since the reviews aren't that great. But again, it's a demo. So I know it's not going to be the same. But we'll see. Let's see. Did you see that the shitty show Velma has the most successful launch on HBO Max ever? Really? Dude. We're getting a little sidetracked, but I will comment this. Yes, I haven't necessarily seen the show, but I heard it didn't get the best reviews. Again, I'll try it out to see how it goes. But yeah, Castro, have you seen the show? And do you think it's still shitty? See, Dead Space 2 kept all the good stuff from the first and even added even more. Okay, hey, and I understand that. You know, that's totally fine. Because again, the point of a sequel is to take all the things from the first one and improve it. So I definitely understand that. New DLC alone is really costly. I won't buy it because I got previous 3 DLCs. Ooh, okay. See, so you have freaking previous DLCs already, so you should be good for a while, dude. Yeah, wait till like the season pass comes out or something, dude, if you want to, and hopefully it goes on sale, and that's when you snag it, dude. Yeah, DBZ Castro. Oh, sorry. I'm not an anime dweeb. It's all good, but you play Fortnite. JK. This should as be good as Dead Space, except there was too much hype and not enough improvement. Yeah, dude, it's like, so Callisto Protocol tried to be the next Dead Space, but dude, it didn't even. It's like, dude, I can't even remember the main character's name. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember his name. I don't remember anyone's name in that game. I also only played the games at my friends. Now, so you don't have HBO Max. Oh, hey, we're gonna talk about HBO Max in just a bit, because I do have a thing about that too. I know that I won't be a F Night. That's cool. I'm just kidding. All right, but that is it for the new games coming out this month. Again, just to say it all over again. I forgot the word. Reiterate. I don't know. One Piece Odyssey came out yesterday. Dragon Ball Z, the 60 FPS boost. Oh, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot boost came out yesterday. Some issues there going on though, but if you bought the deluxe, you should be good from what I'm hearing. The Kakarot DLC, the Bardock DLC, which is what was supposed to come out, I think that might have gotten postponed due to these issues, but it was supposed to come out yesterday, which is why they were doing the entire thing. Fire Emblem Engage on the 20th for the Switch. Monster Hunter Rise, not exactly a new game, but it's being ported over to the newer consoles, so the PlayStation, Xbox Series X, S, and S. Mostly one. It's on Game Pass if you guys want to try it out. Forspoken on the 24th, coming to PS5 and PC only, so no PS4 there. Dead Space Remakes on the 27th, so 3 days later, coming over to the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. So only next-gen exclusive for those. Not for that. It's made really well on good names. Just keeps squeakers in community. That makes it annoying. Hey, dude. As much as we hate Fortnite, dude, Fortnite is actually doing a good thing for gaming. Well, they're not forcing you to buy skins, but they do have a lot of those. Like the Overwatch and Fall Guys community. Damn, you just met Mad talking today. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go over to the which is basically like the Sony section for this week. So this past week there was the event called CES 2023. Now, the best way that I can describe this event is just where all the high-tech companies gather up and they have, you know, their own little show. You know, it's think of it as like E3 for us. It is for technology, you know, where you pretty much get to go show off like your new high-tech stuff that's gonna come out, right? Now, Sony had a panel on this. You know, they had a conference, I guess you can call it, but a lot of it was just not necessarily PlayStation event wise. You know, it was a lot of, you know, Sony the company, and they actually had a few things for us to talk about, which is gonna be pretty cool. So let's just start off by saying this: Sony announced that the PS5 has now sold more than 30 million units worldwide. Now, that is actually really freaking good, you know? Because, again, you know, the PS5 has been the hardest console to get in the last 2 years, you know? Xbox Series X's and S's have been fairly easy to get, and people were having issues getting the PS5. Because, again, resellers were literally buying them all online, and people couldn't really get to them because they had all bots and all that, right? So, a lot of people had to buy them from scalpers, which sucks. You know, that they actually had to go to that route. But Sony just also announced that the shortage is now over. So now you'll be able to walk into a store and you'll be able to ask, like, hey, do you have PS5s? And they will be able to answer, yes, we do. Yes, we do. And it's actually been true too, because lately I've been going to my local Walmarts and Targets when I go toy hunt, and I've actually seen them in stock, like right there in front of me. I'm like, dude, this is nice. I believe they only have the bundles with God of War, but I mean, like, what else do you want? You know, you got the PS5 with the best PS5 game to date. So it's a win-win. Literally, I mean, yes, you have to pay $60 or $70, whatever it is. But I mean, come on, you're buying the best game. So yeah, so I personally have been seeing them, and even when I go to stores, I've been asking, like, hey, do you guys have PS5s? They're like, yeah, we actually have a couple. I'm like, okay, no, I'm good. I'm just asking. I have mine already. I'm good. Just wanted to, you know, just further confirm that they are freaking available. So that's cool. Here's my question to you guys: Have you guys been going to stores? Like, have you seen them in stock with you guys, or is this just kind of like a America type thing? Like, because again, you guys are all from all over the world as well. Are they kind of easy to get to in your stores as well? And again, you know, we'll wait up a little, so don't worry. You can interrupt anytime. The RE4 remake is keeping all the original content, which you can tell I'm pissing my pants over. Well, yeah, look, all the original ones except for just the shooting one, dude. Because the original Resident Evils, it's like when you aim, you stop moving, and then you have to just kind of move, right? But I think now they're doing, I think, what they did to Resident Evil 2 and 3, where now you can aim and shoot, which is pretty much Village in a sense, I think. So cool. See, my neighbor just got a PS5. Ooh, lucky bastard. Hey, people are gonna get them, dude. It's like, hey, dude, Christmas came around, people had them. It's like, why not, dude? Like, let them be happy with it, you know? Yeah, easier to find now. I see more. Okay, I see. Which is pretty cool, dude. Again, like, I'm really happy for those who actually want to buy one, and just in general, so that they don't have to pay scalper prices for them. But it's like, dude, first of all, it shouldn't have been even this hard. Like, I still don't understand why they didn't ship these consoles into the stores and have them in store, because you knew that, like, people were gonna buy the living crap out of them. Like, they were so hard to get, but it's just finally cool that people don't have to go through this hassle of having to Hope that they can buy one from online. Hope that they don't get freaking scalped, or tricked, where it's like, hey, this isn't a PS5. So it just like, hey, just go to the store. If it's there, cool. You know it's original. You know it's working. Perfect. You know what I mean? Yeah, easier to find, but F Sony because they raised prices from $625 to $675 here. Ouch. Okay. No. Well, see that. Well, okay. See that's what they were doing. Yeah, dude. Sony and I believe no Switch. No, Nintendo didn't do it either. It was actually just Sony. Yeah, Sony was the only one that added a plus 50 on to everything everywhere else except for here, which I still find kind of peculiar. But yeah, it sucks. But I mean, regardless though, it's still better to pay those extra 50, whatever it is, dollars / euros, Australian dollars, Indian dollars. I'm sorry, I don't know what they're called, pesos. I don't know, whatever the currency is. I rather want people to pay extra $50 than having to pay a scalper like 200. You know what I mean? So I know it sucks, but hey, I'm pretty sure Xbox and Nintendo are going to be doing that soon this year, because they said they weren't raising the prices for last year, but for this year that might be a different question. So we'll have to see. Hi, Khalid. Hello, Khalid. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Lame. All right, bye, Casserole. Take care, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. You have a good one, all right, Casserole? Thank you. What's up, dude? I'm finding PS5s everywhere. Yo, Hercules. Christian, what up? Yes, dude. So that's actually something that we were talking about, dude. I have been going to my local Walmarts and Targets, and I'm finding them there. Like, I see them personally, like, there in stock, behind the glass, of course. And when I do ask them, like, hey, do you guys have any PS5s? And they're like, yeah, we do in the back. I'm like, all right, cool. Just asking, just want to, clarify and know that, like, hey, they're here, baby. They're here. You know what I mean? What's up, Christian? How you doing? I agree that they're becoming more common now. But we got cheaper games here, so balances out. Okay, in the long run, okay. Do you think that's probably why then? Because I mean, here they're $70 regardless. So I mean, if you have them cheaper, then I guess it makes sense, right? Because like, look, and I'm pretty sure you guys do know, but for the ones that don't know, Microsoft, or I guess Xbox and PlayStation, they actually lose money on selling the consoles, which is why they're still like $500. But because they are more dependent on games rather than the actual systems, they make their profits from the games rather than that. So that's why to me it's like, okay, I can see you guys improving that, but okay, different throwing. What's up? How's it going? Yeah, can't complain. It won't change anything. Exactly. You guys playing anything lately or what? Alright, so yeah, so 30 million consoles, and the shortage is over, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, next thing up from that same event, they were talking about the PSVR 2. Now, I know this isn't like the actual, this isn't like, the cup of tea for everyone, right? PlayStation VR 2, a lot of people aren't into VR, which is still understandable. Like I said, I got a hint of VR last year during the summer. My cousin let me borrow his Oculus Quest 2, and let me tell you, I had a lot of fun with it. So we all know this is coming out next month, right? On the 22nd or 25th, I believe. No, so 22nd is when it's coming out, okay? They announced that over 30 games are coming at launch for the PSVR 2. And those include Horizon Call of the Mountain, No Man's Skies, Resident Evil Village, and I don't think this is at launch, but Gran Turismo 7 is coming to VR as well. And later on, Beat Saber is going to make its way over to PSVR 2. Now, I know this is still is not enough, because again, it is going to be $550. You know, you can obviously change to whatever that is to your own currency, but 550, which is literally more expensive than a freaking PlayStation. Well, it could be on par now. So if you really think about it, you're most likely spending $1,000 on just tech, just to play video games. Now look, I'm gonna be honest. For me, that I'm trying to do content for you guys, I'm really interested in it. Hopefully work starts to pick up and I can start saving money, and then I'll most likely get it. Just again, look, I know it's a lot of money. I'd rather not spend it, but if I want to progress into this, I guess, YouTube job, I want to just try to bring like the most content that I can for you. Now, just because I end up buying one doesn't mean I'm end up growing as a channel. I understand it's still, there's certain channels that are just dedicated just to VR, and that's all they do. This channel isn't necessarily too much VR. We tried out VR, wasn't well received the best, which is totally fine. I get it, but I'm interested in this though. Kind of like I said, I would love to, and again, I believe Terry made sense with this too. But what I would love is to be able to play a game just regular with nothing, and then have another mode where you can play the VR section of it. So for example, Resident Evil Village, I played on the Xbox like 2 years ago. I loved it. One of my favorite Resident Evil games. I haven't played it in a while, but I would love to play it on VR mode just to see how different it feels, But I understand that that's like two separate modes, which that would and change like cost more to make. You know what I mean? So I do understand that, and I don't feel like that's what they'll do, but I don't know. We'll see how it depends, and we'll see how we play them. Let's see. VR not worth investing in 2023, in my opinion. Okay. Wait a month, maybe have to get the feel for it. I mean, yeah, look. Like, I want to get it, but, like, I'm not necessarily saying that, like, I'm going to get it right away, if that makes sense. I mean, because, again, my main priority is to try to save money for this year, right? But, yes, like, I will definitely wait up a little bit and just to see. Hopefully, everything goes good, and that if it plays well, it feels good to play. The graphics are pretty good. And from there, we'll definitely go on. But like I said, I mainly just focused on it just for the VR part of it, just to see if it'll give us like a different experience, Because like I said, it would be cool to play just with the controller, and then do another playthrough just where it's just all like, VR, pew 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 pew, So that would be pretty cool. You know what I mean? But I mean, those are some good games. Like look, the only ones I really care though, to be honest, it's Horizon, Call of the Mountain, Resident Evil Village. But I'm not gonna spend $60 for it though, because I already bought it. And there's not gonna be anything exclusive about it. And then Beat Saber. But then again, Beat Saber's gonna get pretty boring as well. You know what I mean? So we'll have to see. Look, I'm down to wait for that thing to go on sale. That would be the best option, obviously. It's just like, here's two things that I don't know. I don't necessarily. Oh, and then Switchback too is it's a game that I got recommended to play on PSVR 2. First of all, I want to see what actual, like, what's the road plan for games, just because, yeah, you may have 30 games in there, but like, what if I only care about 2 of them? Like, am I gonna justify myself buying a VR that's $550 just to play 2 games? Not really, So I want to see like the roadmap. Like, all right, these are the games we're coming out for it, and I want to know the price point for the games. Because like if they're gonna be par on par with the main games, are they all gonna be $70? You know, so those are two things that I definitely want to know. So I don't know. You know, saving money for the PS6. Haha. Nah, dude. I don't know. It just in general, it's just like I just want to save money. You know, save it, and you never know, dude. For future references, you know. Well, this one, if you know what I mean. Hey, put your console on its side, bro. That's a topic we'll definitely discuss later down in just a little bit too. But okay, let's see. Damn. Okay, so we still got a lot of PlayStation stuff to talk about. All right, so moving on away from the PSVR 2, and hey, if you guys have more things to talk about the PSVR 2, make sure to let me know, and then I'll go back. Cause again, there's a delay, right? Depending on how long it takes and if it's any better than the PS5. GT7 is a free upgrade if you own the game. Don't know about Resident. Yeah, Terry, those are things that I want to know. Like, hey, if we bought the game and it's getting a VR edition, like, can we get the free upgrade to play it? That's something that if for example, say that Resident Evil Village just came out. If I bought it for $70, right, and if I have the PSVR 2, and if I get a free VR upgrade for it, then dude, I'll honestly start to buy more freaking PlayStation 5 games rather than just the exclusives, so that I can have two modes to play it. See, so that's something that's kind of like, okay, that's something that I need to see what's going on. Don't know about. Okay, so to me, as far as I'm concerned, I'll probably be sad with the PS5 once I get it. I don't think I'll get any of the other game systems. Yeah, no, dude. Hey, Tim, just stick to one, dude. That's all you need to do. Don't try to get all the other ones. You're good from right there. Sorry, brother. Hey, King. How you doing, buddy? How's it going? How are you? Sorry for what? You're okay, dude. Don't worry about it. What's up? How you doing, King? Long time no see. I know I'm here after a long time. Hey, and that's fine, dude. I understand that you mostly have school to do, dude. So don't worry about it. And maybe you started playing cricket. I think it's called, right? Sorry if I literally forgot about it. But I know you run in track as well, dude. So I know you're very busy, dude. So don't worry about it. Hector, what'd you say about my message? I said, don't worry, dude. I said, just focus on the PS5, dude, and that's all you should be focusing on. Like, don't worry about getting all the other systems, dude, because you still need to buy games for your consoles and stuff like that, dude. So don't worry about it. All right, so moving on to the next topic for Sony. Sony also talked about the live show adaptations. Now, it's kind of like, like The Last of Us. It's games that they have that they're trying to make them into live action shows. And it's good that they're doing shows instead of actual movies, because we all know how movies are, and they don't necessarily get the entire story in there. Just a reminder to some of you guys that The Last of Us 2 is coming out on the 15th. Okay, the show is debuting on HBO Max. So to some of you guys, it's probably maybe already available. I'm not too sure. But at least for us here in the Americas, tomorrow is the day when it comes out. Now, from what I've heard, there is a total of 9 episodes. 9 episodes. The first one, I believe, releases tomorrow. And it's going to be 85 minutes. So it roughly estimates to like an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 25 minutes, however you want to see it. So I will most likely be watching that tomorrow. I feel like this show is going to be really good, to where I'm going to hopefully see it with my girlfriend tomorrow. I told her that this is actually a game that, like, she would probably be interested in watching, just because there's that connection, with the child and all that. So I feel like this is going to be good. But are you guys hyped for this show? I mean, I feel like this game, The Last of Us, is probably better watched maybe like as a show than rather playing it. You know what I mean? Or it's probably like, I guess it's probably one of the best games to be turned into a show, if that makes sense. So now that's coming out tomorrow. And here's the question: Is HBO Max available for you guys? Like easily? Because like I know some of these shows are not, or I guess these sites, I guess, are not the most easy to come by in some places. So that's my question to you guys. It's like, is HBO available to you guys? Because I know it depends, through like each country and all that. But yeah, like, is it available for you guys? Let's see. Where do they stream all these shows? Christian, what do you mean the shows like the Sony? So look, CES, right, was the event last week, and Sony talked about it. So like CES is like the whole like technology event, so it doesn't really have to do anything about gaming, but just Sony had a conference in there that was talking about their own stuff, and just a little bit in there they talked about the PlayStation side. So that's where I kind of talked about, so that's where I'm getting all these shows about. More likely online. It's because of my college. I get admission for BPM laboratory technician. After morning lecture, I have to go on post in hospital. Hey, dude. Hey, it's all good. It's all good, Rohit. Hey, you have no explaining, dude. Like, hey, you have, dude. Your life is going on, dude. So don't worry about it, though. But hey, I'm glad that everything's going well, dude, and that you're working hard, dude. I'm really happy for you, Rohit. It's just like I said, like from time to time, hey, and this is perfect, like you didn't have to wait like a year to come by back in, it was just a couple of months, which is totally fine, dude. So don't worry about it. But how's all that going, dude? How's school going for you? I was hyped for so long, but now I'm just like, whatever. I already know what's going on, lol. And so you don't have HBO Max there, huh? Okay, so then here's my thing then. How do you watch, or like is there something else over there, Taryn? Or like how do you see HBO shows then? Dude, look, here's what I've been kind of listening to this week as well, Taryn. That people from the IGN podcast, they're like, even though they're like huge The Last of Us fans, they were saying that, like, yeah, like, hey, I already know what's going on, so I don't know if it's gonna be that good. But they've all been saying really good things, like, hey, you know what, dude, like, even though I know what's going on, like, I'm still engaged into the show, and I'm like, oh my god, like, this is so cool, literally seeing what's happening in the video games being transported into that. And it's just like, it's like they're happy it's being made. Like, not all of them have passed or finished the entire show, but they're saying really good things about it, dude. So I'm hoping that it really hits the notch, dude, and that it takes off. Because again, this is just season 1, which I think it's only for part 1. So, but definitely try to give it a shot, dude. Like, I'm happy to see it. I want to see how it plays out. I'm happy to see, or I'm hoping my girlfriend likes it to the point where it's like, okay, like, hey, this show is actually pretty cool. Now, is she gonna love it? Probably not, but I just wanted to see her reaction. Nice, King. You have the dream setup. Look at that PS5. My PS5, which shouldn't be vertical anymore, or what? Where can we stream the game or the shows? So The Last of Us, dude, is gonna come out on HBO Max tomorrow. There's only gonna be one episode. I don't know about the other shows, where those are going to be, but I know HBO is going to be the host for The Last of Us. I want to watch the Gears of War one, dude. I don't know. Look, I know off topic on that one, dude, but I really hope Dave Bautista plays as Marcus, because if he doesn't, dude, I may not even watch the freaking movie at all. We are getting on Disney Plus because of our Disney here also streams HBO. Oh, okay. See. So then that's that's good then. Taryn, at least you guys are watching. You know, like you guys don't have to get in. It's like as long as Disney Plus has everything in it, dude. I feel like that's good. You know what I mean? So hopefully you do watch it, Taryn, and you know we can talk about it next time. We'll see how it goes. There's no Gears show, only Halo. Yeah, so there's only Halo show right now, which is on Paramount Plus, but they are working on a movie. I believe Netflix is the one gonna make the Gears of War movie. So that's what you're probably thinking about, Christian. My PS5 stand is sitting right next to me. Flat, so I have the most intriguing gameplay with the time. Wait, your PS5 stand? Do you have a stand, Tim? Because I believe it comes with it. So I don't know. Let's see. Should we watch The Last of Us if you haven't played the game? Ooh, that is a good question there. Good freaking question. Okay, let's see. I don't think the people who already played the game will feel connected the same way to Joe or Ellie as they did because of the game. Ah, dude. Like, I definitely agree with Taryn there that, like, yes, not playing the game, you probably won't feel as connected with, you know, with the two main characters. Let's see. Dude, I don't know how to answer that one because, like, I feel like it could go both ways. It's like, Let's see. I ain't watching Last of Us. That to me looks absolute trash. How, dude? How does that look like trash, Tim? I mean, look, dude. I'll give this to you, Tim. You at least freaking saw the gameplay, and you were pretty much here when I was streaming it. You know what I mean? Damn. Look, Christian. What I would recommend, dude, if that by any chance, if there's a way for you to try to play the game, dude, I would try to play the game. Because again, the shows are coming out by or I guess each week, so it's weekly, right? I would definitely just recommend to try to see if you can play the game if you can, just to get like the full experience. Because keep in mind, like, yes, the game is like what, 20 hours maybe, I want to say, somewhere around there. The show is only going to contain around like maybe 12 max, I think, mostly, maybe 9 hours. So you won't necessarily get both, like, everything out of it. But if you can potentially do it, or you know what, dude, just wing it, dude. Just wing it. It's like, watch the show and then play the game afterwards and then come back and watch the show again. I don't know. Because, like, yes, look, my number one way would just be like, hey, you know what? Play the game, watch the show. But if you think it's going to be too much, because, again, it's every week, right? So it's not going to give you all of the... It's not going to give you the entire story. It'll give it to you in, like, 2 months. I don't know. It's really up to you, dude. Like, if you want to... Because, again, you... Playing and watching the game, you know, you still don't know exactly what's going on. So if they can, like, again, we don't know too much about the show, but if it gives you a good connection between the characters, then I guess it did its job. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like video games is the way to do it first, but it'll be up to you. Let's see. Home gaming in your underwear. I play my underwear, man. Sorry, I'm aiming for when I have the system, Christian. Because TV and shows are essentially meant for a feel-good show, right? And you don't see someone's people's vulnerabilities and bad stuff like the games. Yeah, see, I feel like the games, dude. With the games, you can express yourself more because it's a video game, you know, and like you have all this time to, you know, expand it. As to shows, they gotta be condensed to a certain time limit. Where give video games like, hey, you know what, just have fun and just work with it. But in show, it's like you gotta minimalize it to a certain point, you know, because you're watching it. So that is very true. Give it a try. I have both 1 and 2. You have both 1 and 2, and you still haven't freaking played it, dude. Definitely play 1, dude, to try to catch up with the show, because that's as far as they're going. That is as far as they're going. Last of Us 1 should still be a decent adaptation, yes. That may be hectic, though I wasn't intrigued by it. It's not for me, that I was only streaming for the support. No, dude, yes. And I do appreciate that, Tim. I understand. And you let us know, too. You're like, you know what, actually? Yeah, I think you said it, too. It's like, you know what? I didn't enjoy the game, and that's totally fair, dude. You know what? You know, dude, this game isn't for everyone. It's most likely a boring for a lot of people, but dude, this game has really good storytelling, dude. I will tell you that it makes you connect with characters that like mean nothing to you, and it makes you just show like what their emotions are. But Last of Us 2, with the ups and downs of having the emotional roller coaster, can't be replaced. And I agree with you on that one, dude. I feel like that emotional roller coaster is just like ended up messing it up for everyone, dude. I mean, for us, you know, because Taryn, I know you enjoyed it as much as I did. I thought that was beautiful, but for a lot of people, they hated that, and we know for the reason why, which obviously we're not going to spoil it here. But I do agree. Like, look, and yes, and we can say this. To me, the best way to see something is to playing it through the video games. The video games will definitely give you a better experience than any show will ever give you. Because there are stuff that you cannot recreate with CGI on TV, or maybe it's just too expensive, rather than just making it in video games and you can just have fun with it and do whatever you want. The last wasn't for me, Christian. I thought you enjoyed it, Tim. I was only on the ship for Head to Terror, nothing else. Thanks for the advice. I'm gonna see if I can get HBO for free for a month or something. Well, dude. Well, okay, Christian. Look, hold up, dude. Hold up till the show like ends, so that you can just binge watch it all. It's instead of just like buying it today or getting it today to watch one episode. Just wait till it's all over, dude, and then get it from someone. I believe it or not, tequila is it's in the Yeti. Hell no, dude, just water. I need water because I'm talking a lot. I mean, it's not. It's common though. What up, everyone? Day. What up, Day? How you doing, buddy? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to our podcast. Day, if it's anything like God of War, I'm ready to experience another great PlayStation game. I will tell you this though, dude. Dude, God of War, like, okay, you gotta understand that this game, that not every game is gonna be like God of War, dude. That game was just like more about just beating up people, and yes, obviously it got really good storytelling. But dude, The Last of Us, it's a lot slower, dude. It's more stealthy, dude. It's like pretty much like a survival game. Well, not pretty much. It is a survival game where your bullets matter in a sense. Your stash matters. Like all the stuff that you're collecting, it matters. As compared to, you know, you're a god over there where you just kind of, it's like, hey, you looked at me this way, I'm gonna beat you up. This game, nah, dude. It's like survival is the fittest. But it may not necessarily be the most entertaining game, dude. But The Last of Us is known for storytelling, dude. That's something that there's a lot of games that cannot catch up to what The Last of Us 1 did. Dead Space launches 8 a.m. Friday. Usually the game releases 9 p.m. Thursday night Pacific time. Yes, Dr. Blitz. That's something that I've honestly been seeing for like the past 2 years, which I actually really enjoy, to be honest. The fact that like I can, play for like 3 hours and I can, play the game early in a sense, even though it's still technically the next day for me. So, for example, yes, like I'll most likely be doing that for Forspoken and Dead Space. Well, I don't know for Dead Space because I need to try to beat Forspoken first before I get to Dead Space. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yes, that does happen. That's why I'm not concerned. The dialogue in Last of Us is better than the Close Protocol. That doesn't change. That doesn't come close to God of War dialogue. Oh no, dude. Okay, just understand, Tim, dude. That like, hey, in God of War they have funny sequences. They have all this. But just think of it like from the perspective of The Last of Us, dude. The Last of Us, dude, is just like, hey, you live in the world where everything has changed. Everything has messed up. There's no humor in that, dude, because everything that everyone that you've known is practically all dead. You literally, like, your new family are a bunch of randos that you find out in the streets. There's no humor to that, dude. You gotta see. Sometimes you gotta put yourself in that position where it's like, hey, if right now, dude, a meteor were to strike and everyone would die, it's like, how would you feel? It's like, would you crack jokes? Probably not. Just like put yourself in the situation, like, hey, games cannot all be the same because then they'd be all boring, dude. But it just like. Take a look at the storytelling that's happening, dude. Like if they make you care about certain characters, then it means that they're doing a certain job. It's like, yes, we can go back to the Callisto Protocol, dude. It did such a terrible thing to get me connected to the character that I don't even know his name. I don't remember the dude's name because it did a bad storytelling. You know what I mean? How is Callisto even in the discussion? How smart, T. You'll need to feature a guest on episode 5. Hey, dude, look. I'm down to have people come in over and over again, dude, so that I'm not necessarily the only one. It's just like, I gotta have time to prepare and to make sure all the audio and everything works out. Again, I'm just trying to test it out to see how it goes. It's like, I'm having fun with it, but I do gotta test the audio to make sure the other person can sound good and all that. But yes, I am not opposed to having guests in the show, though. I will tell you guys that. Take me a while and then God of War had more hype for me than The Last of Us. How can we become latest tipper? I don't think on this one, dude, because this is still Twitch. Again, it's really weird because some of these like overlays are only available for Twitch. Some of them are only available for YouTube. This one's just the Twitch, and like I said, I'm not gonna sign anything with Twitch. I'm most likely gonna stick on YouTube. So, I mean, I'm close to having like the Super Chat Plus or like whatever it's called on Xbox. Just a heads up on that. That's my kind of game. Along with some, you can't yet. Day, is that you in the pick? Yes, that is me and my nephew in the pick. Gotcha. Okay, so Last of Us again, 15th tomorrow, HBO or to whatever it is. Let's watch it. It's gonna be 85 minutes, an hour and 25 minutes. We'll see how it goes. We'll talk about it later. Moving on to another thing that they also talked about for the live adaptations. How the hell did I not add that in there? Huh? I thought I had it in there. Okay, I guess I forgot to write it. But in case if you guys did not know, apart from them already doing Uncharted the movie, which was like 2 years ago or so, and obviously the Last of Us. They're also working on Twisted Metal. I don't know if you guys ever played that game. I know I roughly played that game. I still don't see how that show or how that game can become into a show. It's kind of mind blowing Because all I remember, it's like you're in vehicles and all you do is smash each other, right? Like that's all you do. And they're also working on God of War, and I think they might even. I think Amazon might be working on Horizon Zero Dawn. But I will tell you this though. What they talked about on CES was Twisted Metal again. That they're just, that they're working on it, and then God of War, and obviously this is something that, like, Tara and I were also discussing, like, hey, who can actually play Kratos, and our biggest, like, dude is like what's it called? What's his name? Christopher Judge, I believe. Sorry, the main guy that plays God of War in the last two. Like, dude, he's got the height, he's got the physique. I understand the color is not, the skin is not there, but those two are there. But yeah, like that's just kind of like what I wanted to mention. Like, hey, they talked about Twisted Metal and God of War. No actual preview or anything about it or release date. It's just like, hey, in case of you who don't know, these two shows are being worked on as well, which is pretty cool. Obviously, I'm not too attracted to Twisted Metal because, like I said, I don't know how that show can be made or what it could even be about. But obviously, God of War, like, we know it's gonna be really good. It's God of War, as Tim says. It's God of War. So let me know what your guys' thoughts on that are. I'm treated by the action of games over narrative. Some are exception would be Horizon games. Not just those games. It's not just going to sound like a broken record. But, yeah, so those two, let me know what you guys think about Twisted Metal and God of War. But then they also teased about the Gran Turismo movie. Now, at first, I didn't know if it was a show or if it was a movie. And again, Gran Turismo is just about racing. So to me, it's kind of like it's kind of like, how can you make a show about just a simulation or a racing simulator? And it's just kind of like, what? Like, how does that even make sense? Again, this is what I think about Twisted Metal, where I'm just like, how can you even make a game about this? Let me see some more info on those projects, and we'll talk. Hey, and that's totally perfect because, like I said, there was no much information given about those, Terran. It was just more of like, hey, just a heads up, like, we're also working on Twisted Metal and God of War, which is like, okay, perfectly fine. And then they also talked about Gran Turismo, which, again, it's a movie. It's not a show. And they actually showed actual footage, not footage, but behind the scenes about it. And they got some pretty well-known actors for it. They have Orlando Bloom, and then, to be honest, I don't even know how I still even remember that fool's name. I haven't seen that guy in the movie since like the original Pirates of the Caribbean movie. So it's been that long, but how do I freaking know his name? I have no freaking clue. But that guy's in it. And then I don't know his name, but it's Hopper from Stranger Things. I know he's been coming out on some of the Marvel stuff too. Obviously, he's well known too. I don't know his name, but to me, he's just Hopper from Stranger Things. So they're both in it. And let's see. GT movie looked decent, but that feels more like a romantic movie than driving. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, what? Look. I know at first I was like, okay, how are they gonna like do this, right? But I think from what I heard, they're doing that like, hey, this is what someone told me before, and Taryn, it could have been you, or it could have been holy shit, dude, that is fucked up. I oh my gosh, dude, that. Now, this just sounds mean, but holy crap. I am spacing out right now, dude. But, or look, let's just play it nice. Taryn, it could have been you, or it could have been another person that used to be on our streams, which, ow, okay, I'm not doing this in a bad way. But someone told me that there was actually a player that would play Gran Turismo, like the simulator games, and he eventually got so good at it that he used those skills to actually get into like F1 driving. So that's the story that they're getting into. They're getting into the life of a gamer who just used to play, what's it called? Used to play Gran Turismo games, like just any of the games on the PlayStation, and he got really good at it, that he used those things that he learned from the game and started driving in F1, and he actually became a pilot. So that's the story that they're getting into. And to me, I was like, okay, well, how can you make a game out of, like, like Gran Turismo? Well, that's how they're going. But it's kind of like how Terrence said, like, yeah, they're going more of like a romantic kind of like look of it, which is still fine. We'll have to see how it goes, but that's as much as I can say. Let's see. Since Pirates of the Caribbean, whoa, Hopper will be in what? Okay, Hopper is gonna be into the show. Like, excuse me, in the movie, in the Gran Turismo movie, like he's in it. He's one of the characters. I don't know if he's gonna be a good character or a bad character, like a antagonist, but he is in the movie. I'll tell you that. That's all I know. So it's spoiler alert's kind of related, but the actress came out gender fluid. Oh, okay, I see. So kind of unrelated, but Last of Us Ellie actress came out gender fluid, kind of insane that she played Ellie in the show as well. Okay, we won't talk about it too much. I gave you guys a little hint on that, obviously, but okay. So yes, so there we go. Okay. I actually have not heard about that one, dude. I love Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Dude, that's probably the only one that I've ever seen, to be honest. Yeah, he said it, not me. Dude, yo, Terry, and I'm not trying to sound like a big douche, dude. I totally, like, kind of forgot the name. And I'm not trying to be a douche. Like, I'm being legit with you. Like, not in a bad way. Holy crap. Wow. That's kind of bad for me, honestly. Ouch. Yeah. So anyways, all right. So now, yeah. So those are the live adaptations. Last of Us coming out, Twisted Metal, God of War, and a movie from Gran Turismo. So yeah. So there's that part. It was Phil. Okay, dude. Okay, Phil. Jeez, it's sad, dude. Yes, I'm not doing it in the bad ways. It's like, holy crap, dude. It just kind of skipped me right there. So I do apologize. All right, so moving on to the next thing from Sony. Like we're getting close to being done with Sony. They also announced a new controller for the PlayStation. So this project is called Project Leonardo, and the new controller is aiming for accessibility, meaning more towards, I believe, for people who have disabilities to play. But I think this could be like a new controller that people can actually use, but it's just very odd looking. Again, I don't think it's really meant, and I'm trying to I guess say this in the best way that I can for like us who have no issues, I guess, with our fingers. I guess the controller is perfectly fine, but obviously there's those people who can't, I guess, play well, so they have like this big circular thing. And yeah, I don't know. So, and this is where like I need to work on, but it's like where I need to show like pictures and stuff, just show them up and go like, hey, this is what I'm talking about. So if you guys are interested in what I'm talking about, go search up Project Leonardo into Google, and you'll see what it is. So obviously Xbox has already done stuff like this previous years, where they have like a controller, excuse me, where it's like, for people who can't necessarily play, or have issues playing for a long time, I guess this is to be more accessible for them. So it should be pretty cool. Again, the more people get to play, the better it is, you know. So I'm really happy that Sony is also getting into that direction. I think right now Nintendo's the only one that needs to kind of work on something like that. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Xbox already has something, and then obviously PlayStation is gonna come up with it. So not too much info on that. I don't know too much about it. That's just all that we know for the moment. You know what I mean? Let's see. They should make a show of Forza Horizon. Tim, see, that wouldn't go well, dude, because it's like, what are you gonna do about it again? Like, Forza Horizon doesn't really have a story behind it, I guess. As Gran Turismo for that one part. Wayne, hello, Wayne. Sorry for the late response. What's up, Wayne? Hope you're having a wonderful day. What's it going? Oh, I want to know what's going on with the Pro controller that isn't the Leonardo. Oh, dude, the DualSense. Which, hold on, hold on. They're still. It's one of our topics. That Microsoft, Tim, they don't really go hard on shows. Yep, exactly. Yeah. So Microsoft doesn't really go on. They're starting with Halo, so we'll see how it goes. But Halo wasn't well received the best, so we'll see. You wish you had that controller when you had your thumbs in bandages? Ooh, back then when my dog bit me in my thumbs. We'll see, because it's like a circular thing. Like, it's just pressing buttons, which, yeah, it's kind of hard. Because, it's a full circular thing, so each button is, spaced out everywhere. So it's just kind of be hard for, someone to, just, I don't know, Obviously, their engineers obviously looked into this and have been working into this, so they should definitely know. Except when the battery state of the remote. Maybe it's just like a rechargeable thing, Tim. Good thing by Sony. Looks good too. Yes, exactly. So it also looks good on them. You know what I mean? So just get it out of the way and just help people play. See, I just had to go at Riders Republic. That's actually quite a fun game. That's the bike one, right? Wayne, I haven't really seen it, so I haven't played it, so I'm not too much into bicycling and skiing and all that. You know what I mean? Twitch chat pops in a second, kind of fast on here. Oh, okay. See, yeah, I'm telling you, dude. I don't know what it is. If it's because of the Restream app that I'm using, or if just in general, if Twitch just pops out a lot faster. You know what I mean? But thank you for letting me know on that, dude. I know it's probably a lot easier, right? Previous topic, just checked RE8 and No Man's Sky is also getting. Oh, okay, so they're both getting the free VR mode. Okay, upgrades. Ooh. Does that justify it, though? Buying Resident Evil all over again? Well, the best way is just to get it on sale, right? That's obviously the best way to get it, when it's $10, $20. But okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know that. See, if this is something that's gonna keep on going, dude, then this would honestly make me buy, like I said earlier, make me buy more PlayStation 5 games instead of just the actual, just the exclusives. Yeah, Red Republic is in all mountains, BMX, skiing, snowboarding, quite good fun. Okay, well, dude, hey, Wayne, as long as you enjoy it, dude, hopefully everything keeps on going well with it, dude. Feels really awesome. But again, it's not my cup of tea, so I most likely will not play it. Okay, so again, Project Leonardo. It's a new controller for aiming for accessibility. So it's for those people who have disabilities. So hopefully this turns out to be really great for them. Now moving on, this is from IGN, and they interviewed him last week as well. They interviewed Neil Druckmann, which if you guys don't know who that is, he is one of the creators for The Last of Us. I don't think he is the creator. I think he's one of two. Right? And they were talking to him about, The Last of Us, right? Because right now, The Last of Us is very popular because of the show coming out. And they asked him about a possible third game. And this is what he said, and quote, "There's more story to tell. There's more story to tell." So I guess this is where, you guys want to come into play. Like, again, no spoilers, right? We're not going to spoil what happens in 1 and 2. Obviously, 2 is the main big one. But do we think that we need The Last of Us 3? Do we need one? Do we need it? Taryn, Last of Us 3, no. Oh, okay. So Taryn is on that side where it's no. Dude. Another Last of Us should be Last of Us 0.5 or 1.5. Ooh, okay. Yeah, because look, again, not too spoilers, but there's certain parts in the games where certain stuff it's like time passes by and nothing happens, right? So, for example, say that not necessarily by memory, but like it's like April 2023, and then it just kind of does a time skip, or a time skip to like December 2023. So something happened throughout those months, but like not necessarily something actually happened, but it's just a jump time skip or time skip, whatever. So possibly that's where some of those things could kind of come in. Oh, hell nah. Okay, see, Tim is saying no because Tim doesn't even like The Last of Us. He thought it was boring. I mean, to me, to me, I honestly feel I'd be okay if they were to make another one. I feel the way, dude, and like I know this is spoiler alert or not, but I feel like Ellie at the end, like she needs to find her family. She needs to find her family. I'll tell you that. That's what I think of it. Like, it's really hard to get into it because, first of all, there might not even be another game. But knowing Naughty Dog and PlayStation, dude, come on, dude. You really think they're not gonna milk it? Well, not necessarily milk it, but also like, dude, it's the Last of Us game. I wouldn't bet against Naughty Dog releasing another banger. Dude, hey, look, I know a lot of people are talking a lot of smack of The Last of Us 2 because something happens in there that literally destroyed the freaking community, which is freaking mind-blowing, dude. It's mind-blowing how that goes. But I thought The Last of Us 2 was better than The Last of Us Part 1, in my opinion. So, would I love a third one? Yes. And I'll say it. Like, I'll play another one. It doesn't matter to me. I definitely play it. Now, the question is, but is there actual story to go off of it, though? Or what they can kind of do is just do what actually Naughty Dog even did with after Uncharted 4, was it Lost Legacy, right? Which is supposed to be DLC, but they made it into a game. What if they were to do that instead? Instead of making like an actual big game, why don't they do it like that? Lost Legacy, I believe it's what it was called, right? The one where the two chicks come out. I totally freaking forgot about that. I thought it was boring as well. Okay, wait, dude. And like I said, every person has a different opinion, dude. The game isn't necessarily like the most exciting thing to play. It's more of just, freaking just like playing, It's all about storytelling. I'll tell you that, right? So I really enjoyed it. But again, it's not for everyone. And that's totally fine, right? They're bringing out The Last of Us this year. Day, dude. That is way too early, dude. I honestly, I would say 3 more years into that. 3 more years if they were to ever make it, dude. I feel like unless they've been secretly working on it this entire time, who knows? But dude, if it would come out this year, dude, whoa, dude. Like, yes, the community would go crazy, though. Exactly, Terry. Look, I personally want to see because a lot of people said that they are done supporting Naughty Dog because of The Last of Us 2. I want to see all those people stick it through with their comments saying that they weren't going to support The Last of Us anymore. Those are the same people that are probably going to go watch the show tomorrow. And those people are probably going to go buy The Last of Us 3. Mark my words. They were all talk. You know, a lot of like, dude, we're done with the series. Stupid series. Neil Druckmann's an idiot. Blah, blah, blah. But those same people are going to go after it. So, we'll have to see if those people keep their words or not. If like Uncharted 5, then make one for Abby and to her past and her life's build up to The Last of Us. Dude, yes, dude, exactly. Dude, there's a lot of stuff you can do with the Abby as well, you know? Create like another like not side world, but like another like Joel Ellie-esque, but with Abby, you know? Dude, I've actually loved that. Dude, I'm telling you, Abby, a lot of people hate Abby. I don't freaking know why, but to me, she was a very well character in there. Well respected in there. You know, those people would be the ones pre-ordered on the first day. Dude, exactly. All those people's talking like, we're done with Naughty Dog. F Neil Druckmann and The Last of Us. Yo, those are the first people buying it. And probably, dude, those people are probably like hosting a freaking watch party tomorrow. They're inviting all their friends. Like, hey guys, this game is really good. Let's come over and watch it. Screw football. Come over and play and just watch it. So, I'd be down just to, you know, reference it all down. I'm down if Last of Us 3 comes out. But if you're going to make it come out, like kind of like how Terrence said, make it at least about Abby and, like, you know, what happens after. You know, again, not getting into spoilers. Or if there's more actual story to tell, you know, make it good. But just don't milk it, please. Do not milk it. Don't be like an Evo West where you just milk the crap out of it. Or I guess like, you know, a little bit like not milking, but in God of War Ragnarok, there's a few moments that are kind of slow. Just get straight to the point, please. Get straight to the point, please. Let's talk some football too next time. Hey, dude, I'm down, dude. Again, look, most likely not on this one, just because like, dude, we're already 2 hours in and like we got a little bit more to talk about. Like, ouch. But I'm definitely down to do more of these other podcasts, dude. Yes, especially because the playoffs are happening right now. So I'm down to do that. Yeah, so we'll just definitely talk about it, you know? Alright, so now let's talk about something that we have been talking about in stream. And it's about the potential PS5 issue. So, because you guys haven't heard, PS5's vertical, which means if they're standing like this, there's been issues with this. So, and I quote, reports have been going around that the liquid metal cooling that is in the PS5 is dripping if you have it standing vertically. So that's something that, like, look, it's not like something that's out there. It's definitely not a red ring of death. Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves on that one. So apparently, yes, like the liquid cooling, metal cooling that they're using, from what I think, it's to cool down the system so that it doesn't get too overheated, right? Yeah, it's dripping, so obviously it's messing around with the components, and from what I understand, it's making the PS5s not work. Now, there haven't been a lot of actual reports about this, but it's been to the point where like some of the medias are talking about it, and it's getting me a little bit scared because I've had my PlayStation verticals since I got it, right? So it's over 2 years already, because I believe I got mine in December of 2020. So I haven't had any issues with mine so far, and I hope it stays like that, because yes, that would definitely suck if my PS5 were to just break down on me, especially if I'm trying to have content on PlayStation 5, right? So far, it's not like the biggest issue. It's like you should be fine, but it's just a heads up to those of you who do have it, which is kind of weird though, because like this is kind of like one of the aspects that makes the PlayStation 5 stand out by putting it vertically. We also talked about this in the chat the other day. They're like, I don't really have. It's like, yes, like I can scoot stuff around, but how I have my like setup, how I have my setup is really for them to have space and to be vertically. If I were to put mine horizontally, yes, it can fit, but it just wouldn't look right. You know what I mean? It's like everything will be kind of squeezed in together, as in like right now there's like space where I can put like, hey, if I have candy, I can put candy in there. If I want to put a controller there, I could put a controller there. But if I put this horizontal, it'll just kind of cramp everything, and it just look kind of not great. You know what I mean? So I guess I'm gonna wing it, and hopefully the liquid cooling isn't an issue for mine, because yeah, I really like how it looks like this. It looks awesome, and I'm just hoping it doesn't. The only thing this current issue is if it's been repaired recently, they're not affected as much as if it's been unboxed and unused. Oh, okay. Oh, so you think it's from people who have been fixing them, I guess? That's actually one that I didn't know, actually, dude. Huh. Oh, okay. So, I mean, if you haven't had any issues, then I think we should be safe. I mean, I haven't heard about that part, but, that's some good information as well. Horizontal just takes so much space and looks like... Yes, dude. Yes. The PS5 looks ugly, dude. If you put it on the side, it just does not look very nice. But most importantly, the space. It takes a lot of space for me. They made a bad misunderstanding about it until they made a closer look at it. Huh. So only if they have repaired it recently. Huh. Okay. They have literally designed it to have a vertical. Yes, dude. I mean, dude, they literally give us a stand. There's a stand that comes with it that's like, hey, if you want to put it vertically, here it is. So it totally makes freaking sense. You know what I mean? So I definitely get it. Okay, but yeah, look, it's not something to actually be very afraid of. It's just something like, hey, this is what's going on. It's up to you if you want to switch it or not. The more information we'll get, because like Sony hasn't even talked about it. Again, well, like first of all, they don't want to talk about it, because it'll look bad for them if it's even a thing. But also, it could just be something that just a few people are just having, and kind of like how Tim said, that it might have been just from people who like have a third party fix it. Basically, from what I heard is that if you had a repair recently, then it got a bigger risk. So if you haven't had it replaced or repaired recently, then you should have a lower risk, right? So mine is still a stock one that I bought from Walmart 2 years ago. So haven't had any issues, haven't replaced it. I have had my controller mess up on me, so that's that. But nothing too crazy. But okay, so yeah. Apart from that, if you guys have anything else to add, go for it. I'll make sure to go back and read it. But for the moment, yeah, liquid metal cooling, no bueno right now, but very rare. Not actually anything very thing to really worry about. All right, so this is something I literally just added like towards the end as well. The Sony DualSense Edge controller is out this month. Is anyone interested in one? Anyone interested in getting it? Again, the price point for one of them is going to be $200. So is anyone interested in one? Anyone out there interested in one? Look, to me, this is something that I've always wanted for the PlayStation. I've had my Xbox Elite controller for, I want to say, since 2014, and it held up for me. Keep in mind that yes, what ended up messing up was my RB button. It wasn't the best, but my paddles and everything worked so well, and it just was until last year where I just noticed that I've been having stick drifts with mine. So I do need to replace this for the Series 2. But just like I'm telling you guys, once you guys get a feel for paddles and like these triggers that are, you can set it up as much as you want it, you will literally know the difference in it. Like once you go back and play, you're like, oh my god, it feels so good playing with paddles. That's why like now I'm playing with the regular controller, and look, I'm not saying that that's because why my aim sucks. My aim just sucks in general. But it just does feel where it's like I can't jump and shoot. It's like now I have to literally press the A button and then shoot. As to before, I can just press the button here and shoot. So it affects it a little bit. But I'm telling you, once you do get the feel of it, you'll notice that there's a difference. Now, how significant is it gonna improve? Like for like your gaming, that's just really gonna depend on how you plan on using your controller, But it is $200 though. That is something I'll say, and I haven't looked too much into it. But I heard it wasn't like the greatest either. Like yes and no, very rare, yes. So Christian, very rare. I was interested at first, so I guess Taryn, what made you not get interested in it anymore? Was it the price point, or have it been some of the reviews that you've been reading lately? The Pro Controller with 1 hour battery life. Wait, Christian, have you looked into it yourself? Like, have you seen like the reviews that they've been doing for the DualSense Edge? Or what do you mean by the 1 hour? Let's see. I don't want to buy it because I don't want to get the habit of using Pro controllers. Okay, because I can save money there and never use it. Okay. Our price also is $225. Yeah, so it's a little bit steeper, huh? Yeah, no, dude. I mean, look, is it gonna change your life? No, it's not. It's not. It'll just make it, to feel just a little bit more comfortable playing video games. Like not super significant. It'll just make it a little bit easier. I would definitely recommend, if you want, just wait up till it goes on sale. I will tell you this though, you will really like it though. Having paddles and like a trigger buttons where like you can set up to how far you want the trigger to go down, that is something that's actually really nice, and you'll see that it feels really good. But just to me, I am having a little bit of an issue with the price point. I feel like 200 is a lot. I think even the Xbox Series Elite Controller Series 2 is like 170 maybe, but it comes with like a lot of things as well, which I think it comes. If I can use or test one and it feels extra good, I'll definitely go for it. Yes. So hopefully, a friend or maybe a store has one in display and you can definitely play it, then definitely go for it, dude. But yeah, like it's not gonna change, like your gaming experience. It will make you maybe a little bit more competitive, maybe, because you'll be able to shoot a little bit faster. But it's also not to the point where like, damn, is $200 really gonna like make me that much better of a gamer? I mean, it could not, but also, usually the first batches of everything aren't the greatest. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely we'll see. It's like something that I was really interested and I really wanted as well. But now, having not worked for 2 months, I'm gonna hold off on it too. Especially because VR2 is also coming out, and just like, all right, dude, I just need to, wait for work to come back. And, luckily I was able to work Thursday, so just going to go down easy with it. And, yeah. Also revealed it's the battery. It's worse than the PS5, which already trash. Ooh. Okay, so I guess this is what Christian was talking about as well. Yeah, the battery is not the greatest, huh? Yeah, see, look, these are things that they need to kind of step up and go like, all right, dude, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Ouch. Okay. Well, if you guys got anything else to say about it, then let me know and I'll definitely read it. But for now, that's it for Sony. So again, just to go through once again for Sony, they have sold more than, they had a conference in the CES 2023. They sold 30 million copies of PS5s to date, and the shortage is over. You should be able to find PS5s everywhere now, as I have seen them in my stores. They also talked about PSVR 2 with more than 30 games coming out at launch, featuring Horizon Call of the Mountain VR, No Man's Skies, Resident Evil Village, and Gran Turismo 7 upgrade as well. And Beat Saber also coming out at a later date. We talked about the live adaptations. Talking about The Last of Us, God of War, Twisted Metal, and the Gran Turismo movie. We talked about the Project Leonardo for a little bit. We don't know too much about it. It's just a new controller that's going to be more accessible for players who have a disability to play. So that's obviously a plus one for Sony. Neil Druckmann saying that the possible for a third game is pretty much likely, as he said, and I quote, "There's more story to tell." So obviously we want, I'd be happy with another one. So I'd be down with it. Reports of the PS5 issues with the liquid metal cooling damaging PS5s is kind of a little bit of a concern, but it's still not to the point where it's an outrage out there, and it's only for vertical PS5. So if you have yours horizontal, you're safe. If you have it on vertical, you could be at risk, but some information we got, which I don't know if it's true or not, Tim said that it's usually for new ones that have been repaired. So don't know how to follow too much on that. And then the Sony DualSense Edge comes out on the 26th of this month, and it is $200 now. Is it worth it? We don't know. Yo, Juan. What up, Juan? How's it going? Yeah, I'm still hoping that I can get some money flowing for me to be caught up. Yeah, well, Tim, hopefully it comes out, my dude. You know what I mean? All right, moving on over to the Xbox side. Going over to Xbox now. This whole Xbox Activision deal has just kind of, I don't know. It's just kind of getting to the point where it's annoying. There's this entire drama where the FTC, I don't know what it really stands for right now, like I said. I wasn't going to look too much into it, but they're blocking the deal. They're saying that, hey, last time when you bought Bethesda, you were saying that, the games weren't going to be exclusive, that blah, blah, blah. And that's why they right away just vetoed it. From what I understand, they didn't even give them a chance to even talk about it. They just straight out vetoed it. Now, how well does this affect them? I'm not too entirely sure. During the end of last year, I was listening to the podcast from IGN, and they were saying hey, it's unfair because they didn't even let them talk. As in, the FTC didn't let Xbox talk. That they just vetoed it right away, and that this is gonna look bad if it goes on court because they didn't even let themselves get explained, and just stuff like this. But look, even Google and Nvidia also stated that they are not happy with this deal going through. And their main thing for them buying it is because they feel that Microsoft is going to get more powerful when it comes to the cloud system, which is why Google and Nvidia are interfering. They don't care about Call of Duty. Sony is the one blocking it just due to Call of Duty, right? Now, I understand Google and Nvidia is right with them buying Activision. Activision has something in the mobile side, and I guess I don't know if that's gonna interfere with the cloud data or whatever it is that they're calling it. But that's just not the main thing, right? Let's see. Outbox starts soon. Let's see. Are you getting the controller? Christian, like I said, right now I am not. I'm gonna wait up till work kind of gets a little bit better because I haven't been working for a while. So I need to pick up, and then we'll discuss it, right? L-Box starts. I'd be unbiased though. Okay, hey, but you can still say your thoughts though, because that's what I want it to be. But okay, from what it looks like, Sony is really just trying to block this because it doesn't want Call of Duty to be exclusive to Xbox, which is kind of like what I'm looking at it, right? it's weird because in every statement that they say, it's always just about Call of Duty, right? Obviously, to me, it's like whatever. Like, hey, I play Call of Duty just for the campaign, and that's pretty much all I do, right? Call of Duty just isn't the same as it used to be. Yes, it's still the number one best-selling game every freaking single year, even though we always talk smack about it. It does really well. But is it just like, like, okay, like for example, for you guys who don't really play Call of Duty and you guys are more on the PlayStation side, like, is this a big issue for you guys? Like, do you really care if Call of Duty goes over to Xbox? Because again, look, Xbox is giving them PlayStation a deal where, like, hey, we'll give you guys 10 years where we'll still provide you guys with Call of Duty. And up to this point, from what I understand, Sony has not said anything about it, because they've already told Nintendo and I believe Steam or Valve, whatever, like, hey, we'll give you guys a contract where, like, you'll get Call of Duty for 10 years. You know what I mean? The only one that seems to really be opposing it is Sony. Now, is Call of Duty really that much to go fight for, I guess? Because there could be a lot of things that, like, they could honestly just, like, be talking about, It's like, they could be talking about, like, Overwatch, Diablo, and all those other IPs that that Activision has, but it feels like literally this whole thing is about Call of Duty, and I'm just kind of like, dude, Call of Duty, like, is it that much of a big thing? It's like you're still holding it. From what I understand right now, the only thing is Xbox Game Pass will have Call of Duty at launch, but it's like that itself, I don't think it's gonna make it's not gonna make people all of a sudden go over, you know what, dude, like, I'm a PlayStation fan, but since Call of Duty is gonna be free on Xbox, I'm getting an Xbox. Like, I personally don't think people are gonna actually do that just for Call of Duty. You know what I mean? I mean, Call of Duty hasn't been the same, like I mentioned before, and it's just kind of to the point where it's like, dude, like, what is the big issue going on with that, And it's like, look, I understand it from the perspective of Sony, like, hey, we don't want our opponents to catch up to us. But, like, even then, though, like, I'm not going to talk too much about it because, like, I don't have the right info, and I don't really want to say this. But it's like, Sony has released, and this is just like an imaginary name or number. Sony has probably released, like, I want to say, like, around 100 and something, 110 exclusive games for the PlayStation in the last, like, 5 years or so. And, like, Xbox has only done, like 30 of them exclusive. So that's something that, like, I heard, like, in the podcast saying, like, hey, this is nothing that's going to, like, be taken over advantage because Sony is still creating games while Xbox isn't now. Xbox is just trying to buy everything. So I do understand that part, right? But the whole point of these, like, things being blocked is so that a company doesn't really have an advantage over the other one, but it's not necessarily being an advantage gaming-wise, right? Gaming-wise, because in that sense, like, Xbox will get, be getting caught up a little bit, but Sony's still going to be releasing a crap load of exclusives, which isn't going to really affect it. And, like, in those 10 years, that's where Sony can, like, revive Resistance and Killzone and create their own shooters nowadays, Because, look, Call of Duty at some point, like, dude, do I really think Call of Duty is going to be, like, really, like, up there in the next 10 years? It'll probably be, like, on the top selling games, but it probably won't be number one anymore. Because there's just so much you can use out of, like they've been doing it since, like, 2004. I want to say, it's just kind of like, at some point, Call of Duty is going to die down. I think Sony will go as far as they can without getting into legal side or taking it into court. I will be pissed if a 2+ decade franchise gets locked onto a console, whichever console it is. Okay. So, see, look, dude, this is where just, like, speak your mind about it. Like, yes, I do understand that part. But, like, it just, like, also like my other counter about that, it's like, again, you know, and I'm not trying to debate, but it's kind of like how how Sony does it with their games. Like they pay a developer to have their games be exclusive for a year. You know what I mean? Like, how is it that's fair? But like one game, because again, Call of Duty is the one that they really care about, is the one that, you know, they just can't lose. You know, it's like this year we've had a lot of games where, you know, have been just PlayStation exclusives, and then a year later they come over to the other consoles. But like, how is that fair that they can do that, but they don't want to lose Call of Duty? You know what I mean? So that's just kind of like one thing that I'm kind of looking into. I'm like, that's a little unfair. And look, to me personally, it just doesn't seem logical for Xbox to buy freaking Activision for, what was it, like $70 billion or like whatever, for them just to have it locked into one console. Like, dude, you're not gonna make the money off. Again, I'm not into the business sides, I don't know any of that, but it's just kind of like, dude, do it like how they did it for Minecraft. Look, Minecraft, I believe, is the top selling game in the world, and look, it's like the most, you know, like recognizable franchises out there. Look, it's in every damn system. It's on the Sony or PlayStation. It's on Nintendo. It's on Xbox. It's on PC. It's like, I feel like that's how you should, you know, adjust it to, like, hey, make your money back, dude. Because reality is that a lot of people are not going to go over to the Xbox if it comes exclusive to that. Like, dude, it's just a game. It's just Call of Duty. Like, you'll have fun with it for like a month, and then after that, it just dies down. You know what I mean? Activision is going to lose more than 50% of players, and because PS5 sales are more than half. Yeah, dude. So like, this is why, like, I don't know how it affects them, right? Because again, like, it just doesn't seem to be like a smart choice if you just kind of buy all that for 70 and then just make it exclusive. It's like, I would understand having DLC come out first. I get it. But to have a huge chunk of your money just be gone, because like you said, more than half of it, it's kind of like on the PlayStation side. So it's like, why would you take it away from them when it's making you money now? You know, it's like, people are not going to go for the consoles, just be honest. But I don't know. That's just what I think. And it's just kind of like, you know what, dude? However it happens, let it go. But I mean, like, is Call of Duty just really that much of a big deal? You know, for Sony to lose, I guess. Because, like, to me, regardless whether it goes on Xbox or PlayStation, I'm still going to be playing them, and I'm going to be making guides for them. So I don't care. I mean, to me, the only thing that would make sense, it's like, hey, if I don't have to pay $70 for it because it'll be on Game Pass, I'm okay. Look, I want to save money. That's what I want to do, you know, because keep in mind, I'm not getting these games. I'm buying these games myself. Maybe someday we'll get early copies, which is what I'm hoping for. But that's it for now. So how is it gonna affect? I don't know, dude. It's a lot of drama with this, but whatever. We'll see how it turns out. Because again, I think this June, July, that's when we'll know the verdict of this. If this goes on for Microsoft to own them or not. But we'll have to see. To be honest, I don't care about COD after discussion. Moving on. Yeah, dude, Call of Duty, just like whatever. Moving on to the next one. Okay, it's still a little bit about this, but it goes into like a little different topic. All right, so say that this deal goes through, right, with the Activision being sold to Microsoft. If it goes through and like all the Activision games are onto Game Pass, right? Will Game Pass go up in price? To me, personally, I feel if they buy it, I feel that maybe not right away, but at the end of this year, I believe Game Pass is gonna go up in price. So currently, right now, Game Pass Ultimate, which is Game Pass involved, which is just $10, and Gold being $5, so $15 right now for Game Pass Ultimate. For it being on Game Pass, or excuse me, for it being 10, you know, just Game Pass, and 15 for the whole bundle, I honestly see that again. If it goes through, I feel like Game Pass is gonna go up by at least $2 or $5. $5 being the most realistic to me. So going from $15 a month, going over to $20 a month. Just because like you're having a lot of these games kind of come over, and then again, some way or somehow those $70 billion have to come back into them, right, to make profit, in a sense, you know. Damn, June, July, yeah, dude, because I think that's like the time frame, where I believe they have until that for it to go over or something like that. Again, I'm not the biggest on this, you know, so I know this is just what I've been like hearing, you know, from the podcast. I could say the same thing. I mean, damn it, Game Pass is definitely get a lot more expensive going forward. Yeah, because like, dude, like they're throwing a bunch of good, like cool games, and again, third parties. We need first exclusive parties in there. I think it will. I mean, they have to do it right. Yeah, exactly. Because look, somehow they have to get their money back, dude. $70 billion is not necessarily a little bit of money. We like that is a lot, dude. Like a lot, you know. So with everything being added, dude, they definitely have to increase. Like I personally would be okay if like, hey, if I get Call of Duty, I don't know, some content for, you know, Overwatch, some, you know, I guess Diablo 4 stuff, which I don't even get into. You know what I mean? If you were to add those like every year, like it's fine because it's kind of almost paying itself, you know, like 5 times 12, it's like $60. So in a sense, it's like I'm kind of paying for it in a sense, but I'm also getting other games, right? So yes, I definitely do agree with you guys as well. Like yes, it's gonna freaking go up in price because I mean, like, dude, you have Bethesda games who like haven't necessarily added anything quite yet, but like you're also adding all these things, and then there's a rumor that they're gonna add Ubisoft Plus in there as well, which I know we don't care about that. But it's still another addition that they have to get into. And I know that they're going to end up raising the price for their Xboxes soon as well. It's from what I kind of understand. But yes, $5 is what I seen that they'll end up adding to Game Pass, which to me, honestly, would be fair. You know? So that's my point of view. If Activision buys... if Xbox buys Activision, yes, Game Pass will definitely go up in price because they got to make the money somehow, and then especially since they're committing to all the other consoles. Like, hey, we'll give you guys Call of Duty for 10 years. Hey, we'll give you guys Call of Duty for 10 years. Hey, you get Call of Duty for 10 years too. They have to make the money back somehow. Going on over into again, going a little bit back to the CES 2023, which is, you know, like the tech show where they all get to show off their new technology. The company Asus, which is, I think, a little bit more known for monitors rather than anything, they announced a new official licensed Xbox controller that's not like an Elite, so it's just a regular controller, but it has a tiny LED OLED display right here. So I guess another way to put it is, I guess, think of it like this. It's all dusty over here. Like this, I guess, but there's an OLED display that shows stuff. I don't know exactly what shows on it, but I just don't think it's worth it. Like, why? Like, why would you have a freaking display here for? Like, again, there's not too much info because, again, look, these showcases are just to show you, like, hey, this is what we're working on. This is, excuse me, this is what's gonna come out. It's not necessarily like, hey, this is like, hey, this is the price. This is how much it costs. Blah blah blah. It's just like it's giving you the small little details. Now, I personally don't see the point of having an OLED display here. I just don't think of it. I mean, whoever buys it, cool. I mean, I'm not into it at all. I don't care about it. That display is not going to do anything to me. So I think it's just a waste of money for whoever really buys it. If you really want to have yourself, again, with the details we know now, for all I know, later down the road, they could come up with something else. But if they come up with... like, I feel that if you are gonna get a new controller overall, you got to go for the freaking the series you got to go for the Elite series more than anything. There's no point for you to buy a controller with the display on it. You know what I mean? There's just no point of it, to be honest. So for me right now, that is a hard pass. Maybe later down the road, as soon as we know more info, we can talk about it. But for right now, nah, no bueno. I hope PlayStation loses Call of Duty so they actually try making their own multiplayer games. Yeah, see, hey, look, again, I don't mind going back. But this is what we were talking about just a little bit earlier, dude, where I said, I'm like, dude, if anything, Sony is going to get like a 10-year agreement from Xbox where they're going to have Call of Duty still for 10 years. In those 10 years, they can literally revive Resistance. They can revive Killzone. I know that they bought Destiny, so they can make like some other new type of or Bungie in that case. They can make another multiplayer game. You know what I mean? They have the ability there, but it just feels like Sony just doesn't want to lose Call of Duty overall. So I don't know how that is, but that's my take. Like, hey, I'm there with you. Let him lose it. Let him go over and get make their own games, multiplayer games, and have competition. But we'll see from that. That screen is just battery, mic, Wi-Fi profiles. That's it. Yeah. See, so again, that controller is nothing. It's nothing game changing. It's just like I just don't know why it even exists in this point, because like it's not gonna give you any advantage. I don't know what the point of it is. It just doesn't really make sense. Call of Duty is BS. What controller are you talking about with the screen hacked? Oh, so Asus announced a new officially licensed Xbox controller that has a tiny OLED display right there. So Xbox, not the PlayStation. So it just has like an OLED right here, dude. Yeah, which I don't see what the point of that is, like at all. Like, I mean, it'd be cool if it tells you like, hey, achievement unlocked, but not too much info is given on it, so we don't know if it's the price point or if it's any of this, We don't know anything too much. I don't care about it. I don't see how it's gonna help me out with having an OLED there. It's not like you can play your actual game there, because you can't. It's just an OLED that tells you like, "Hello Xbox, welcome to Xbox," or something like that. Yeah. So it should just buy Epic and lock the best multiplayer game of all time on PlayStation, PS. Example, Fall Guys. Hey. I feel like Epic, dude, right now it's to the point where they probably just don't want to, dude. Because, dude, Epic is doing really good, dude. But hey, that would be something cool, though. Like, you're like, all right, Xbox got Activision. Okay, we can play that game, Xbox. So Epic Games, how would you like $80 million? You know what I mean? But yeah, so. Oh, Asus, yes. So Asus is making the controller for Xbox, and I'm joking. Yeah. No. Yes. Obviously, yes. You're joking, but that would be pretty funny, though. Okay, so one of our final things for Xbox is Razer Edge. So Razer, the one that makes the headsets and I guess some keyboards as well. Razer announced a new Xbox cloud gaming handheld console. This just came out this week too, like a day or two, so not much info is in it, right? But apparently it will work with Xbox cloud gaming via the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So, in a sense, the way that I think of it, it's like a PSP. If you really think about it, or I guess like a Nintendo Switch, there's not too much info in it. Just like if you guys want to look it up, go for it. But the main question that I had about this, right? For those of you who don't actually own an Xbox, and you guys are more on the PlayStation family, again, We don't know the price on this, right? So this could be cheaper. This could be more expensive. Again, once more info knows. The point of this is just to get you guys kind of have an idea. Like, all right, cool. I didn't know this. But say, for example, the Series X is $500, right? Say that this handheld console PSP version of it is, say, $200. And it's, pretty easy to get, right? Would you be okay buying that over an Xbox? Like, would that benefit you if you don't happen to have one? I honestly see that, like, it's a good thing, especially for those of you who just want to play just the exclusive games. But I mean, if you have a PC, then you should be good, right? But I guess this is just more of a thought for you guys who don't have an Xbox. Like if it's cheap enough and it works really well, would you consider getting this? Because like I know some of you guys want to get like a like a Series X maybe later down the road, or fix up a computer. How would you feel about that actually? That to me is effing stupid. I'm good with consoles to sit in one place. Thank you very much. Okay, Tim. Hey, fair enough with you. Fair enough. It's 400. Wait, it's 400? Oh, so there was more info about it. I see. Someone didn't do the research as well. Then one big limitation is that you could play only Google Play Store and Xbox Game Pass games. Okay, but I mean, look. Looking at the price, you're better off just buying the Xbox Series S, right? And get the actual feel of it, right? But I mean, isn't that technically what you would just want it though, just to have Xbox Game Pass? Because I mean, all the exclusives would be getting onto it, so that would be like the ideal thing, if you don't want to buy another console. But I mean, yeah, 400, it's a little bit expensive in that sense. But I mean, that's just one of those, like, I guess, things up there. The only Xbox I'm good with is the 360. I'm not into that portability. Okay. Hey, fair enough, dude. Look, there's a lot of people that are, like, really hyped about the Nintendo Switch dock ability, where you can just take it out wherever, where people even want a PSP back. I mean, I'd be down for it, but will it? I have no clue. Just get deck if you want a handheld and all Steam Light. Oh, that's actually pretty true. If you just want that, yeah, you can just get the Steam Deck. Yeah, that's another thing too. But yeah, I mean, sounds like you guys are not a fan of it, which is like totally fine. Again, it's just a new technology. That I was like, you know what? Let's see what happens here. Xbox Series is $250 near me. The Xbox One X, the Xbox One S, $100 cheaper now. Okay. Well, yeah, dude. Keep in mind, Tim, that here in the U.S. the prices, well, actually, Xboxes haven't gone up in price anywhere, so we should be good on that. Actually. Okay, yeah. So, clearly you guys are not the biggest fans of it, and that's totally fine. Yeah, I looked into it, cool, but on research, nah. Okay. Gotcha. Totally fair. But yes. Moving on from all, like, Xbox, new freaking hardware stuff. Going on over to Xbox is finally having their own showcase this month. And it's on the 25th of this month. So that's going to fall on a Wednesday. In 2 weeks from today. And any predictions on that for anyone? What are your thoughts? Look, this is something that I really wanted them to do. Again, Sony and Nintendo usually do a pretty good job with this, right? Where they're like, hey, you know what? Well, they'll have, a state of play or a Nintendo showcase like 3 to 4 times a year. You know what I mean? So I've always wanted Xbox to be upfront with theirs, like, hey, like, this is what we're doing. And it seems like they're listening. Now, how often are they going to have these? I don't know. Just because I feel like right now Xbox has just been going down. Because they've been going down, but then High on Life kind of brought them up a little bit, Just because like that game did really well for them. But But the fact that they're finally having their own showcase is just something that I really wanted. And I've always complained about this, like in like previous streams and all. I'm like, dude, Xbox needs to have their own showcase. They need to. And then I think what gave it over the top was in the Video Game Awards for 2022. They had nothing about Xbox. Absolutely nothing. And I think that just pissed off people because, like, dude, you couldn't even come up there and go like, hey, Starfield coming out next year, blah, blah, blah. Nothing. So this is their way to hopefully redeem themselves. But let's see what they have. Any thoughts on this or predictions of what they're going to have? L-Box Showcase Pog, you might know, but there won't be anything on Start. Wait, have they confirmed that? Boo. Wait. See, so my thoughts were going in there that, hey, they were going to talk about Redfall and Starfield, which obviously are their two biggest ones right now. I feel that they're going to talk about a little bit more of the game releases. Because last year, for E3, all they did was just kind of reveal games that were coming to Xbox. And that was based in just that year, in that year span, right? But now, obviously, we're like halfway almost to that. So I feel like they're going to start giving us more actual release dates coming out, you know? And if anything, I feel like this is the perfect time for them to this is their time to, you know, give us some new games in there. Like, clearly there won't be any Halo stuff. That's obvious, right? But I think this is perfect timing for them to go this is perfect timing for them to talk about Gears of War. It may not necessarily come out this year, and that's fine. But this is where you kind of gotta give us a help. Like, hey, Gear 6. See, I feel like that's more of an E3 thing. But I also would love for them to, at least, again, this was a freaking thing that they talked about last year, or a rumor. The Gears of War collection. If that were to come out this year, I'd be super fine with that. I'd be happy with that. I'm like, alright, dude, I'm cool. Like, this is enough for me to get Gears of War 6 or Gear 6 for next year. I'm totally fine with it. But Gears hasn't done anything since Gears 5, and that was what? 2019, I want to say? So it's about like 4 years that we kind of heard nothing about it. And it's kind of like, dude, talk about that, you know? There's still a lot of things to talk about that, but I don't know what else they can really talk about. Yeah, they will have a standalone one later. Oh, okay, really? Okay, I wasn't too sure about that one then. Minecraft Forza. Okay, Forza is oh, that's right. Minecraft is getting like a single player / little thing, huh? But yes, I forgot about Forza. Forza is also gonna probably be there, but for sure Redfall is gonna be in there easy. They'll most likely reveal dates for a lot of those games, which I think is cool. But we want a Gears remake, not remaster for F6. Yes. That would be cool. See, remastered, remake, that would be cool. I feel like it'll go more on the remaster side just because, you know, they're already working, you know, like most of the stuff is working on Gear 6. Unless they hire, you know, another studio to remake it, that would be cool. But I don't know, just give us something Gears of War. That's what I want to see, you know. I'm gonna say that they need to at least have some of the old generation games have a rebirth once in a while. Yeah, well, I mean, dude, there's Fable that they're trying to revive back again. They have a lot of games that they just haven't really talked about, and I think this is their chance to, you know, bring back hope for Xbox people. Like, hey, thank you for suffering with us for like the last 2 years, but games are finally gonna start coming out, and like I feel like this is where they need to come in and go like, all right, dude, yeah. You know what I mean? So that's my predictions. I mean, I thought Starfield would be in there, but Terran's saying that most likely it's not going to be there. They're going to have their own event. For sure, Forza, which I forgot about. Redfall, easily. I'm hoping there's some Gears info in there somewhere. And what do you call it? what else am I thinking of? And just like in general, release dates. They got to start giving release dates because last year E3 announced games, but no release dates. So this is for them to start talking now. Didn't Gears 5 have 2 different endings? Yes, Emigdio, they did. I believe only one of them is canon though. I think it's from what I understood. I did play it, got both endings. One was obviously hit a little bit harder than the other one, but I don't know. Yeah, I think one of them is canon. Obviously, for no spoilers, but yeah. They better talk about Redfall and Starfield and new games to look forward to. Yeah, so for sure, Redfall, Starfield. Terrence said that there's probably most likely be another event for that, just separate. And Hellblade State of Decay 3 still untouched. And then what's the other one? I think it's Hellblade actually. Is it Hellblade 2? That's actually another one. There's the new Hollow Knight. There's something like I forgot what that dude's name is, but there's definitely games to talk about, you know. So we'll see how that goes. But if you guys have any other thoughts on the Xbox showcase predictions this month, just let me know, and then we can definitely talk about them. So we'll see how that goes. But on the 25th, ladies and gentlemen, finally Xbox, their first freaking showcase. Woo! Is it going to be a W Xbox showcase or is it going to be an L box showcase? Whew. K-Gel. What up, K-Gel? How you doing, buddy? Hello. Holy crap, dude. We're literally about to be on for 3 hours, dude. I did not expect this thing to be 3 hours. Keep in mind, too, that, like, mostly, like this is just going to be, like, try to be under an hour or so. Just because this is the first episode, we got carried on too much. But I still enjoyed it, though. You know what I mean? But just I kind of like a mind again. Let's see. Wait. W only if there's a surprise. Can't be W if we know everything. Yeah, exactly. So they gotta start giving us like, hey, this game's coming out this year, or like, hey, surprise, Gears of War, boom, boom. You know? Yes. It's gotta be stuff that they haven't talked about. So I definitely agree with you on that. I'm alright. I slept 5 hours today. Oh, okay. I mean, that's pretty much good. Yesterday I fell asleep at and woke up at 6 in the morning, and then I needed to work. I'm tired. Ooh, well, dude, make sure to get some sleep in today. Okay, get some sleep in. Next time, keep every topic under a certain time limit. Yes, that's something that I need to get out of the IGN. Nope. Can you hear him? Okay. I don't know what happened to my mic there, so sorry. But yes, definitely will do that because I know that's what IGN does. Well, you know what? Moving on to the next topic because we're running out of time. So yes, just a heads up. Like, yeah, just because this was 3 hours doesn't mean they're all going to be 3 hours. And again, some weeks they'll have good stuff, some weeks they won't have. But definitely we'll have that. LL stuttering stream. Are we good now though, Emigdio? From the or I guess everyone else, are we good? Are we good? We're not anything. And I hate mirrors now. Wait, why do you hate mirrors now? It's fine, Hector. Okay, bro. Long ass podcast. Damn. I know, dude. Trust me, I didn't think it was gonna be this long, but hey, what a way to start our first podcast. You know? Yeah, you good. I'm alright. Actually, not bad. Around throw standard podcast. Yeah, see, but like, dude, again, it's just like gaming wise. So not every week is gonna have good talk, right? Because some of these topics are from like 2 weeks already, right? So I just want to do all that and just if there's good enough content, then I'll definitely make one. You know what I mean? So just a heads up, like they won't always be through. Like my goal is to try to keep like under an hour per wherever I end up doing it, and then we'll see. But exactly, like, keep a time limit on each topic. So definitely gonna write that down. which like should be like 5 minutes to 10 minutes at max, you know. But let's see. Okay, continue with the podcast because yes, I do want to, 3 hours. Okay, so there was a thing about EA again, talking about EA, so it's not a good thing. EA over the holiday breaks, they lost Madden franchise save files for players, and they won't be able to restore those files. So now, a lot of us here don't really play Madden, right? And again, it's Madden, so it's not necessarily like anything like for example, let's think of it from the perspective of, I guess, Overwatch, I guess, or like even Destiny, even though we don't play this, right? You could also think of it, I guess, playing, think of it God of War, right? Ragnarok, where like you have to beat it on all these modes and all that. Say, like, how would you feel if one day, you just came back from work or from hanging out with the family member, right? And you literally like come back and all of your hard work that you put into a game, for example, Overwatch, Call of Duty, Warzone, or like Fortnite, and like, or God of War, and then all of a sudden, all of it was deleted, and it wasn't even your own fault. How would you feel about that? Like, to me, something like I would have really hated is like, for example, Destiny. When I used to play it, dude, I used to grind for all those freaking armor parts, all the guns, dude, all the legendary weapons, bro. And if one day I would just come from work and then it said like, oh, new game, I'm like, what? All those hours that I put into it, dude, I would be livid. I would be livid, dude, and be like, dude, this is BS. Like, maybe, look, a little eardrop, or you know what, dude? I probably even tattoo myself a freaking teardrop right here and then at the bottom, Destiny, because all of my files kind of went away. But it's just like, dude, like, how can someone like lose all your franchise mode? I mean, look, it's just a franchise mode, right? You can start all over. You can probably create another one, and it's a sport one, so it's not too crazy. But just imagine that though, like everything would just be lost all of a sudden. Every player's save file. So not everyone's, dude. Some, like most players, lost their franchise save files. That is from IGN. I think I saw it from IGN as well. And just like, dude, I would be devastated. I would be very, very sad, dude. That's hilarious. Not Overwatch, bro. What are my legends? Exactly, dude. All of your legendary skins that that you previously bought, that you earned from like playing the game for like freaking 2 years, 3 years, all of a sudden it's just gone now, dude. And just like, well, do you want to play the game anymore? Like, what would you do from there? Hopefully players get mad and stop buying Madden. I mean, dude, if I was them, dude, I probably wouldn't be playing Madden anymore, dude. I'd be like, nah, dude, you guys messed it up for me. You guys are done. Like that. Like, first of all, how do you even lose that? Like, I think it has to do something with servers. I don't know if they turn them off or like whatever, but I would really be pissed. I mean, luckily for me right now, there's not an actual game that I do play. Look, for example, I guess could be Pokemon Go. Even though I haven't played it in like 3 to 4 months, if all my files that I've been working for 6 years, right? Wait, what? It came out 2016, right? Yes, so over 6 years, dude. If all my Pokemon were just like freaking just deleted, I'd be like, damn, 6 years for all that. Cool. Never freaking touch it ever again, dude. The Rages on Madden is funny. Maybe that will get people to get out of the house more and actually get a life. Tim, how? Dude, we're talking about just the game, dude. But yeah, I mean, and like the worst thing of it all, dude, it's not even your fault. Like you didn't even delete it. You did nothing. That would definitely suck, dude. But let me know your final thoughts on that, and I'm gonna continue, and then I'll come back if you guys have anything. But ironic, Taryn, I got that one. All right, but lastly, look, this was definitely gonna get a little bit more attention because this is something special for me, right? And we're definitely not going to stay under the 3 hours, but which is totally fine because it's the first one. But lastly, let's talk about a topic that is a staple to this channel and to our community, aka achievements and trophies, right? Because that's what I want this channel to be, a guide channel. Obviously, we have streams as well and other things, right? But according to a developer that worked for Mirror's Edge, you know, he was the achievement designer, I guess, or I mean, I don't know if it could be achievement / trophy designer, because keep in mind, achievements were first started on Xbox, so maybe that's why it was achievement and not just achievement / trophy. I don't know. Mirror's Edge came out, I know, in the early days, but according to him, he said in a tweet, you know, unbiased or unpopular statement here, opinion, achievements / trophies have been bad for gaming. It narrows games down, it disrupts and diverts attention, and it eats resources that could have made the game better. So I'm here thinking, look, to us, some of these achievements and trophies are just kind of like, you know, ridiculous, stupid, right? So before I even get into any of it, like my actual follow-up questions to that, it's like, do you all feel achievements and trophies are actually ruining gaming? Like, I want to know your guys' opinions on this. Are you sure we're not related? I hope not. Can't over that edge. So that's just something that, to me, look, and I'll go first. I'll talk first, and then I'll let you guys post your opinions. But look, to me, achievements and trophies are something. Look, first of all, I'm there to play the story, right? But after you play the story once, there's not really another reason for you to play a second or even third playthrough after that, right? To me, I feel that like achievements and trophies make you actually want to play the game even more, right? Because like, to me, you know, like, hey, I can, you know, like, say like if it's like an open world, like, to me, if there's no point aside from like, you know, like achievements and trophies, I'm not going to be doing everything around the game, right? I'm just going to go forward and go for the freaking main storyline, because that's all I really care about. But like achievements and like trophies just bring out more for you to do on the game. Like for example, just right now, when I was playing Evo West, right? I played the campaign. I'm like, all right, cool, right? But now that I finished it, I looked at the remaining achievements that I needed, and some of them were like, hey, defeat the third boss without healing. Defeat the second and last boss in under 6 minutes. Defeat this boss without it healing, or stuff like that. Those are things that make me want to go back and replay the damn story again, you know? It's like, hey, if I can go back, now that I have all these upgraded weapons, I can go do those challenges. It's just like, dude, I feel like achievements and trophies make you do challenges that you never would have really thought about, you know? It's like, you find out different things about the games when you go out and you go achievement / trophy hunting. Because look, we all know that these games have, you know, Easter eggs in there and all that. But a lot of the times, you don't even look or even find those Easter eggs if you're not trophy hunting / achievement hunting. So to me, I feel like this actually even brings a different depth to these games, because like, I just want to play once and that's it, and then I'll move on to the next game. But then these things make me want to come back and play it all over, so that I can go do that. It's, for example, like on Sifu, right? Like, there was no need for me to struggle to pass the entire game being 25 years or younger. There was no need for me to do that. But I spent like 10 extra hours trying to perfect my runs so that I can get to that point just for that freaking achievement. So I can get the plat. I don't know. To me, look, gaming are just to have fun, relax, right? But there's just sometimes where you want that challenge to challenge yourself. Not because, again, achievements and trophies, like, you don't have to do them, right? These are just optional challenges that you want to set for yourself. It's just something different that, like, you want to challenge yourself. Like, hey, I can probably do this, you know? It's going to take some time, but it's just like, they mean nothing, right? To us, you know, to other people, they're like, oh, look at these losers going for achievement and trophy hunting, blah, blah, blah. But it's just like, to us, that satisfaction of doing a challenge that they're telling us to do. Because, look, a lot of these aren't easy. A lot of these are pretty hard. They're time-consuming as well. But it's just the fact that you took your time to go out and do these. That just makes you feel good that you're like, hell yeah, dude. Like, I almost did kind of everything that this game wanted me to do because I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Let's see. I think it's one of those things that you have to consider both sides. Yes. It all depends on the game that they're made for. Obviously, yes. Trophies are just an afterthought. I don't think they should use actual resources to make them. It's literally a interrupt routine in the game in the background, and it isn't that hard to make achievements, right? And I'll definitely get into that a little bit more. If I had one game only, trophy achievements help get me value out of it. Yes, exactly, dude. Because it makes you want to play the game even more. Because you're like, hey, I may technically be done with the game. Like, I beat it. That's it. That was my option number one. But now there's additional challenges that they're adding to it. You're like, you know what? I really enjoy the crap out of this game. I want to really finish it. If you know what I mean. Because by really finishing, it's like you're going back, which you don't have to do all these different challenges that just make the game a little bit more better for you and a lot more experience for you. So that's where I where you get more value out of it. Because, like, hey, look, a lot of these games, and let's be honest, they're just like 8-hour games, you know? Call of Duty is one. Like, it took me 7 hours to beat. If I was done with it after those 7 hours there, I wasted $70 just for 7 hours, which comes to, you know, 7 hours, well, like $10 an hour, right? Apart from that, I took maybe like 5 to 6 hours to come back and replay the entire thing for certain achievements. I just almost doubled my freaking playing hours and, you know, made it more justifiable. Like, hey, those $10 per hour went to like $5 an hour now, you know? To me, I see trophy achievements are optional. Yes, exactly, optional. Because if you're playing the game and manage to plat, what the hell else are you gonna do afterwards? Yeah, exactly. It's just like, hey, once you're done with the game, it's like, all right, what do I do now? I already passed it. I mean, is there a way for me to really play it on the hardest mode? Maybe, if you really love the game. But after that, it's just like, I don't know. It just kind of like medals that you know, in a sense, get like, hey, did you ever play this game in the hardest mode? Like, yeah, I beat it. You're like, liar, show me. You're like, okay, just go look at my trophies. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, dude. Like, awesome. You know, again, it's not too anything crazy, but I do think that it does add some dynamic gameplay to each game, and it's fun if they aren't just long chores like Dying Light 2 and Ghostwire. Yeah, see, so there's also another side, which, again, it's a little more on the subtopics on that. To me, they seem alright until you manage to get them bored as AF from the game. To me, I'd rather leave a game until I want to switch. But going in 100% plat on each game does take time from the fun for gaming. I've had that happen to me, so I only go for plats that I actually enjoy doing and aren't long crap BS. Yes. So that's actually how I feel too, especially like from the content creator side, dude. It is very stressful, dude, because you gotta play this, then you gotta go for all the achievements. By the time you actually get the game, like, all these other people already got the game like a week or two earlier for early review. So it's kind of like unfair. Well, not unfair, because those people worked their butt off to get to that point, right? But it just kind of sucks. Like, yeah, dude, like, hey, you know, yeah, it just like really sucks, because like yes, like that's the same thing with me. Like, now I get a game and like I'm kind of rushed to like beat it. I'm like, all right, dude, beat it, cool, you know. And then after that, I still gotta go after and work to try to see how all these achievements as trophies are. So I do understand that point. But it's just like, in general though, like talk about like we're not even trying to plat a game, or we're just not, just trying to do it. Just in general, achievements and trophies are pretty fun to do. You know what I mean? It brings out more value if you want to. You don't have to, but I feel like it does bring more value, right? I just prefer to chill instead of going all hardcore until you know all the basics. Then again, then go fast, boy. Then I will not. Yes, exactly. So that's me. I always like to just enjoy the story first, just relax with it, get to know most of the mechanics into it, and then once I pass it, all right, start from the beginning and just skip all the cutscenes. I know where to go exactly. Just go to that point. I'm like, okay, this time I can go that way. Boom, 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 and just kind of diverse myself from there. If you had the game 1-2 week early, would you get the plat? Oh, dude, yes, I clearly would. Look, I still even want to get the plats now. It's just gonna be a lot harder for me right now because obviously I'm still small, and then a lot of my main time is going obviously actual job that's paying me at the moment. So it would be very hard, but having it for a week or so early, dude, would help me so much because I could just come back from work, and I don't feel rushed to like, oh my god, dude, holy shit, like this person already has like 20 achievements / trophies guides up already. Like I need to hurry up to kind of get into the algorithm there. And I would be like, all right, I got 3 hours to play today, cool. The next day 3 hours, cool. And then especially Saturdays and Sundays where like I don't work, that's when I just go all out and not just stress. Cause look, there is a difference between going like, all right, like oh my god, hey guys, what's up, versus just me just like chilling just like this. Okay, cool. Okay, this is where I can get it now. Okay, cool. All right. You know what I mean? It's like. It's two different things versus me doing this and like that and that versus just me just chilling. But don't get me wrong, I love doing that. It just I'm focused here, and it's just everywhere, So having that extra time where technically I can't even show the gameplay anyways, that'd be super fine. Cause like look, and let's be honest, you guys have seen me get like stressed out or before, get like annoyed of a certain part, and like that's an obvious thing. Like you guys have seen me do that a lot, So I wanted to the point too where just like sometimes I just I already played the game, and some of you guys are still new to it, so I can just come like, hey, I know where to go now, and just enjoy like all relax. I'm like, hey, I got all the achievements already, all the trophies, and it's just all simple, But I feel like last year I was getting stressed out a lot, and you guys all saw it too. So, I just need to work to that point where, I get enough subs to the point where like, hey, you know what? Would you like to get an early copy? You'd be like, hell yeah, I would. If trophy didn't exist, every game would just be just what the devs tell you and want to do and know out of the box thing. Yeah, dude. It just like literally, it's like just play the game for 7 hours and then you're done. So, in general, look, from our point, again, we don't make the achievements, right? We don't know how they even come up with these things. And like that's the thing, and like I know we talked about this too, but I mean the way that these people or that this dude made it think or seem, it's like, look, because here's my question: do games look? Does the story come in first? Like creating the story come first and making all the mechanics and all that, or do achievements and trophies come first in play? Like, oh look. Okay, so first, let's make these achievements and trophies. Okay, so now, how can we make the gameplay into that? I feel like it should be both. Like, first, I should feel that, like, the game should be made first, right? Like, how everything's gonna be like that, I think from there, that's when they should create achievements and trophies. And then, from there, just kind of adjust certain gameplay of a game if like certain achievements and trophies don't fit in, what I mean? So for example, let's see what's a game that we can all kind of enjoy. Holy crap, let's see, I don't know why just everything is sticking to me from freaking Evil West because obviously it's like the closest game, right? Okay, So let's talk about doing the entire story and then the bosses, and then you go into the boss and you're like, okay, this is what this boss does, right? This is the way that you beat it. I'm like, okay, so how about let's do an achievement where try to get hit less than 3 times with this boss. Perfect. Now this boss flies, comes down and grabs you, and like, all right, try to have this boss not grab you at all. But it seems like the way he's making it, it's like they're making achievements and the gameplay all at the same time, I guess, or possibly even think of achievements and trophies first, right? So I mean, he's saying that it disrupts and diverts attention. It eats resources that could have made the game better. But how can games be made better, dude, when they're already like 6 or 7 hours? You know what I mean? I don't know. It's probably like a different like beast when you're actually making the achievements and trophies. But to me, it's just kind of like, dude, why don't you just do it all first, complete it, and then from there have a certain team just go into the team like, all right, this is our mechanics here. Try not to die here. Blah blah blah. Dude, that's why I love the Metal Gear Solid games back in the day before achievements. The developers and directors made you able to find and use Easter eggs to help you play the game different. Okay, see, I never played any of those. So I just don't know. You know what I mean? To me, the gameplay needs to be first. That way, you can work up. Yes, exactly. So to me, I feel like the game should be made first, and then do the achievements, trophies, hunting after that. But I don't know what it is exactly that they do. Especially like with like the passing the game unlocks weapons or camouflages for the characters. Yeah. So wait, Emigdio, are you saying that you prefer back then before they had achievements and trophies? So you would prefer it like that before? Trophies is the huge part of what makes Sifu so much greater than... Yes, dude, exactly, dude. Yes. Dude, perfect point right there, Taryn. Dude, that is what made Sifu my game of the year last year. Because I had so much fun trying to, beat this boss and, like, try not to let it beat me, try to, beat it without me dying. It's like me fighting it without actually killing the person, It's like, look, if I wouldn't have known for Sifu where you can spare the bosses, I would have just been killing them all the time. But if it wasn't because of the trophies that let me know, like, hey, spare so-and-so, I wouldn't have known that. You know what I mean? So it just kind of goes back and forth, like, all right. It's like, but yes, dude, Sifu is just like a plain game, dude. Perfectly, like, freaking written right there, dude. The game wasn't even like that, like, spectacular great. It's the trophies that made you want to play it, get frustrated, and go like, fine, like, this is how you do this. But perfectly there, dude. Yes, dude, there. Trophies and achievements to us make just the game better than what they actually make the game better than what they were originally supposed to be. Because a lot of these, you're not gonna go to the middle of nowhere to this mountain over here just for the heck of it. I mean, unless you really want to explore. But unless you're going for the achievement trophy, it's like, all right, I'm gonna go that way. I'm saying how before achievements having like cheat codes or unlockable weapons. Now with achievements, you can have achievements replace the old style or combine to having. Okay, I see. Okay, so you're still for achievement trophies. It's kind of like what I'm trying to get to. Okay, to me, the games that are extreme thrillers should have trophies. Games that bore out of you bowling point don't deserve. See, Tim. But the issue with that though, dude, is that different people are gonna love different games. So how do you know a game's boring? Like, dude, for example, like the three of us right now, like Taryn, and Migdio and myself, we really enjoyed The Last of Us, right? Part 1. Look, let's talk about part 1. Let's not talk about part 2, okay? Because I know Migdio has his differences on that one. But let's talk about part 1, dude. Us three, we really enjoyed the game. We thought it was really, really, especially when it came out. Really fantastic game. 10 out of 10, most likely. So, if 3 of us think that the game is good, but you, on the other hand, you don't like it, right? So, how is it that game should have a trophy system because you didn't like it, but us 3 liked it? So, see, that's where it gets kind of hard. Because, like, different people have different opinions. You know what I mean? Have you heard about BS trophies or achievements? I don't. What is that about, Migdio? I don't know actually about that. And then just like still staying in that like another like subsection. I guess it all depends on popularity of the game, not the boredom level. Well, exactly, dude. Like, dude, that to you is a boring game, but the popularity of the game was skyrocket. So it doesn't make sense not to have trophies on it just because some people think no. You know what I mean? I played Last of Us on PS3, PS4 like 6 times, I think. Yeah, see? Because like you really enjoyed it, so you know it just could have been different. But yeah, but like going back to, to another like little subtopic, it's like, dude, you guys remember? Watch, and I'm pretty sure this is a count, and I could be totally wrong, but since achievements were made, well, like the early ones had like 10 and 5, right? But nowadays the most standard is 49 achievements and 50 trophies, right? Because 50 plus or 49 plus the platinum, right? So makes it 50. That has always been the standard for the achievements and trophies, right? And I don't know why it just had to be so many, And I think that's where it gets frustrating because it's like, holy crap, I got to think of 49 to 50 achievements and trophies throughout this entire game, And like I feel like back then games used to really think of them really good, and nowadays I feel like they're just getting sloppy with them. Nowadays I feel like a lot of these achievements and trophies are just find collectibles. Hey, find 10 of these collectibles. Hey, find 20 of these collectibles. Hey, find 30 of these over here. Find another 50 over here. Now, I feel like that's where the resources are going away, because like you have to put all these collectibles like on all these freaking high places, and like where you have to go underground, you got to go underwater. That's where I feel like that's where the attention is being diverted and eating the resources, because it's like, why can't you just have collectibles? And again, why can't you just have 50 collectibles and just be right in this main story plot, like in the same road, but just have it like behind the door or behind the rock? But no, it's like you have to, start the freaking path, storyline, and then you gotta do like a U-turn, and then you gotta go 50 miles that way, and then you gotta jump up, like climb up the mountain, and then there's your freaking collectible. Like that's where the resources I think is going away. Look, to me, the way that they're making it seem that achievements and trophies are diverting attention from it, like no, dude, collectibles are diverting attention. Personally, you guys know my issues with like collectibles, You guys know my issues with those. That's my thing. There is a game on PC which has an achievement that requires you not to play. Oh, okay. Yes, the game for 10 years. Yes, dude. It just came out this last year. It's called something Stanley, isn't it? And I think it's on the Xbox too. Yes, I think I did hear about that one, dude. Yes. Something Stanley, I think. Yes. So I know what you're talking about. I know that everyone else's trash is someone else's treasure. Exactly. What can I say bad about trophies these days is missable ones and without. Yes, exactly, dude. Those are the ones that are kind of like boring, and it's like, well, okay, not boring, but it's also like, dude, back then games, dude, had everything already with them, dude. They had chapter selects, they had new game pluses, dude. They had all these like, museum kind of versions, where you collect all the collectibles and they're all there. They had everything. And dude, nowadays games, dude, they're being shipped with no character, with no chapter selects, with no new game pluses, and I'm just like, dude, these are staples to games. And it's funny enough because like they think like, well, people aren't gonna complain about them, and then 2 to 3 months later they're like, oh, okay guys, here's the new game plus and here's the chapter select. And it's just kind of like, dude, like, you couldn't have just done that since the beginning. I don't know. Maybe, look, maybe to them it's another way for people to go, like, you know what? Let's actually do this on purpose. Let's not start off with that, so we can just come back and like make it like it's something new, and then people will come back and play it. You know? I love Ghosts since you don't need to collect 100% of collectible. Ooh, yes. Oh, and also another thing, games should also have chapter selects and have collectible stack, so I don't need to pass the whole game again for collectibles. Exactly, dude, exactly. Look, don't just collect all the collectibles, dude. Just have like, hey, collect more than 50% of the collectibles, boom. Or just even then, look, even then, dude, even then, have you guys been seeing the trends lately that these games don't even have 49 and 50 achievements and trophies anymore? They're less than that nowadays. Evo West just came out 2 months ago. It has 29 achievements. That's fine with me. The Callisto Protocol, I believe it had 39 or 32. I'm okay with that. I don't know why it is that like that these guys have to come up with 49, dude. It's just like, hey, just make them pretty tough, you know, like not super tough, but like make it a challenge for us to earn the platinum. You know, I'm not talking about those $1 games where you just gotta press A or X for like 10 minutes and you get a platinum. You know, make it to like, hey, go do this, go do that. Have one or two where it's like, all right, these are collectibles, like hot, like, hey, find like a third of the collectibles, find at least half of the collectibles. Because again, collectibles, look, unless it's armors and skins, which they're usually not considered collectibles, those collectibles mean nothing to you. Like, yes, it's cool that you're going through and watching them, but like, it's really not like it offers no value unless you want to get more insight into the game, if that makes sense. Collectible taking away the entertainment of a lot of games. It's no wonder the gaming industry is taking a big downfall. Another crap thing games to these days is you can't even get platinum in a single playthrough. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that as well, dude. Yeah, it's like sometimes, you know, people look. I'm cool making it easier, but also, I mean, look, for some of those, dude, I'm okay having, not getting, a playthrough or the plat in one single playthrough if it wants you to play it on the hardest mode. Those, I know that's like a 50-50. Some people don't like playing it on the hardest mode. Some people just like to play on the easy mode, and that's fine, dude. You know what I mean? Because look at Sony, dude. Sony has been not knocking it back on their trophies. How like back then, Uncharted, you know, 1, 3, and 4, they used to have beat it on the hardest mode, and you know, I did those. And nowadays, these new games, they don't have those options or those trophies anymore. We're just it's like, hey, you know what? Play it once, and that's it. But then, at the same time, some of their trophies are still making you replay it all over again because you gotta do stuff that you missed again. So it just goes back and forth, dude. So I totally understand, yes, but I do understand that sometimes you can't even get it because it's like, for example, collect all of the upgrades for your weapons, but it's like, dude, you can't even get all the final upgrades in one playthrough. So that means I have to go do another one. So I do like understand some of those. Another thing that you, to me, you have at least some relatable characters. Otherwise, you won't like the game due to like, yes. So you gotta like some of them. It's kind of like the Callisto Protocol didn't make me care about the characters at all. So I do understand the LOL. What do you think about Uncharted having 101 treasures since Uncharted 2? See, okay. I'm not the biggest in collectibles, which like I've already said. To me, having 50 or less is perfect. Like, for example, the Callisto Protocol had like 43, I think, and that to me was like, you know what, dude, it's fine. Like, that's fine. To me, over 100 is kind of like a little bit overkill, to be honest. But see, the thing though is that like back then with Uncharted and like having 101 treasures, dude, you had chapter selects, dude. Like right in the beginning, you could just do that, dude. Look, say that. Look, say that for example, Uncharted has like 25, missions. Bro, we're doing a podcast, bro. We're doing a podcast. First of all, I don't even know who even let you in. My dog. I'll be right back. Hold on. Let me go take this dude back. All right, sorry. So I forgot where I left off, but let's see. Let's see if I can remember over here. Yeah, so Uncharted, right? Uncharted had like 25 missions. Let's just say, right? Each mission has like 5 collectibles, and that's fine because like that's right in the beginning. Like, dude, it's like you can just come back and just kind of skip through everything. You're like, okay, here's this collectible. All right, here's that one. It's simple, dude. But nowadays, it's like games don't even have chapter selects anymore. It's like you have to play the entire game all over just to even do everything. And it just gets very freaking annoying, dude. So, like, back then, I feel like it was good. Because, like, at any moment, you're like, dude, like, even back then, it would tell you, like, hey, you have 1 out of 5 collectibles right now. And you're like, holy shit, I passed it already. But I missed, one freaking collectable. And I was like, dang it, I got to come back now. Some games still do that, which is still good. Some games still do that. Some will let you know, like, hey, you have five collectibles in this mission. But it's like an open ass fucking world where it's like, where is it? You know what I mean? Let's see, you can't buy all stuff or all skills in one playthrough, so play twice or something even thrice. Yeah, no, yes, exactly, yes. Yeah. Like, that's kind of like what I'm trying to mean too. Like, hey, you can't buy all the upgrades. You have to do it somewhere else too. So, I totally get that. The only time I'll play it on the hardest mode is depending on how difficult the game altogether. It's just like, dude, if you enjoy the game and you want to play on the hardest mode, go for it. Last of Us is bad with the 100% upgrade weapon trophy. Like you said, Hector, you need to play at least 1.5 times the game. Yeah, exactly. It's just kind of like, why don't you just let us have it in one? But again, it does add for replayability, which I understand. But again, it's because we're choosing. See, when the game forces you to do stuff that you don't want to do, I think that's when it just becomes really annoying, right? Because it's making you play it all over again. But like again, and I also feel like this is where trophies kind of come. Like trophies are technically they're telling you what to do, right? But it's like you still want to do it. So I understand both sides, just kind of how about 700 and some are missable. See, that stuff that I just don't care, dude. Like I said excuse me. Dying Light 2 and Ghostwire were like perfect examples that were just terrible about that, dude. It's like why are you making me collect all these things? It's like, yeah, well, shit, no wonder all your resources are going away cuz you're hiding 700 freaking collectibles. Like, whose fault is that? You know what I mean? It just, I don't know, dude. It's just really freaking annoying, dude. So, I get it, but it's just like, dude, collectibles, see, if there's anything that you guys need to knock it down, it's not trophies or achievements, it's collectibles, my dudes. That's why you should knock it down a bit. Because I get it, I know, trust me. Those guides are probably the ones that do the best for a lot of people, and I'm pretty sure about that. I personally hate doing them. Do I like getting them? Yes, but not when it's like over 50. Haha, don't do him like that. Your dog was like, "Where's the walk or the food?" No, dude. Today they actually didn't get their walks because it was already raining. So I don't walk, especially him, because he gets really wet. So no walk for him today. Most likely not even for tonight either. Most likely maybe tomorrow in the morning. True, Hector, you're right. The only thing I wish they could do is read the reviews on a game from where a certain trophy is damn near impossible to get and take those off. It's because, like, look, you guys gotta also understand that, yes, there is a very big community that likes achievements and trophies and actually platinum games, but we're still a very small part. We're like a minority of video games. Like, to us, dude, yes, we're millions of people that go for those trophies, but overall in the gaming, we're a small little section in this. It's like, say that you know, for example, this is like what represents the gaming, right? And you know, just like a rough estimate, like this would pretty much be this box right here is probably like the ones who actually go for all those trophies and achievements. We're a very small freaking community, dude. I mean, look, maybe I could be exaggerated and maybe we're like a third of it. You know what I mean? But we're still a very small community, which is why, you know, trophies and achievements aren't necessarily being, like, I guess, looked down upon as much. But also because it's like, dude, like, how much can you really, like, what else can you really do? Like, they're all kind of the same. Pass the game. Beat this boss. Upgrade all your weapons. Find all the collectibles. Play a second run through. You know what I mean? It's like there's not really much you can really, I guess, think of new achievements and trophies. But if it's that much of a hard work, dude, why don't we just make 20 to 20, like from 20 to 30 achievements and trophies? Just kind of call it at that. You know what I mean? If it really takes too much attention, if it disrupts everything, eats resources, just dude, let's just start knocking it back down a little. That's what I would go for. You know, I don't know how crazy that would be, but that's my opinion with that. Let's see, Emigdio. Let's see. Imagine you miss one collectible in God of War R, and well, you have to play the whole 24-hour game. Yeah, exactly, dude. Yes, exactly, dude. Missable achievement or collectibles are the worst, dude. This is why I feel like, hey, if you miss like a couple collectibles during a freaking 30-hour game, it's like, hey, don't put it to where, dude, collect all 100% collectibles. Just, hey, collect 75% of them. Because more than likely, you're going to miss a couple of them. But I don't know, dude. I think the real issue here is freaking collectibles, dude. They're trying to point it on achievements and trophies, which, again, we don't make those. So I understand it, but I just think achievements and trophies bring a value to a game more than anything. When I first played Forbidden West, I was able to nearly get all of them in 2 days, except for the one damn glitch. Yeah, see, exactly, dude. Sometimes some trophies can be very easy to get, and sometimes there's glitches. You know, like for example, the Fall Guys. They still haven't fixed those, and it's just kind of frustrating because it's like, dude, the Fall Guys, come on, I want my trophies. So I definitely do understand that point. You know. How much would someone need to pay you to do 100% Ghostwire Tokyo collectible videos? Oh, dude. I mean, first of all, dude, I don't think anyone would actually pay me, first of all. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's like a margin out there that would probably, you know, like, hey, because I mean, obviously this issue where I had that breakdown was like, almost like a year ago. I feel like nowadays I'd be more like, okay, like let's give it a shot, I guess. Because look, and I'm gonna be cheesy on this and just be realistic. More than anything, there's already people that have all the guides for these, so I'll just copy them. Plain and simple. But like, it'll have to be where like I do a couple hours a day so that I don't get stressed out, because that game is just stupid. You know what I mean? Hey yo, I'm here, Vega. What up, Vega? how you doing, buddy? You're literally almost towards the end of this podcast, dude. So just a heads up on that, you know. Not just because you showed up, we're ending it, but we're at that mark, dude. We're at 3 hours and 37 minutes, dude. This podcast. Yeah. Subviga, hey Tim. That's one reason why I love games where you can do for free roam after the main missions. That way you can get everything else you missed. Yeah, dude. But when these developers attach collectibles to certain missions that you can't even get to anymore, and then like Emig just said, you gotta play 30 hours again to just go through it again. It's like, what? No, that's stupid. I know, just how bad it is for the game. Ghostwire, yeah, dude, I know there's people out there that have gotten the trophy, dude, and props to them, dude. Props to them, but I'm nah. I just don't care about him anymore. Yeah, I was sleeping. Viga, no problem, dude. You are good, my friend. You are good. I heard that the game Ghostwire had bad frame rate, so you need a VR 4K screen to play the best frame rate. I mean, see, dude, look. The gameplay itself wasn't half bad. The story was decent, but it's just the trophies that I just did not like. So I'm just kind of like whatever about it. You know? I don't. Didn't want to drag this trophy thing too long, so I stopped. Oh, come on, Taryn. This was a fun one. This was the one that, you know, that's a staple for us. We have to fight for our trophies and make them better. Great job, Hector, today. I know, dude. I'm pretty much done right now, just a little bit. Like, it would skip from like 30 and 60 frames so many times. I mean, unless I had a computer actually noting it, I probably would have noticed. Yeah, the collectibles are BS. But just to wrap it around, ladies and gentlemen, because yeah, dude, I'm telling you, dude, these are supposed to be just less than an hour, but it was the first one. We got carried away. No time limit. I feel achievements and trophies are a good addition to video games. They're optional. Again, they're optional. You don't have to. They can be fun, especially if like they have more action based rather than hunting collectibles. That's where I see them really thriving. We're like, hey, go fight this boss without being touched. Go fight him without being, you know, without using a health dispenser. That's fine with me. But then when you like a third of your trophies are like, hey, go find all these collectibles. So I feel like collectibles are the ones that divert attention and eat resources from the games. So it's the other way around. But in general, hey, if like I'm comfortable having 20 to 30, even like 35 achievements and trophies when it's just all like action based, past all the story, good. But we'll see. You know what I mean? Because Amanda Taryn being the host of the podcast, the world would be better off overall without collectibles. See, look, I still like a little bit of collectibles, but just less. Anything more than 50 is overkill to me. Over 50 is overkill for me. Don't even get me started with The Last of Us, because I know that one has like 200 or some crap like that. But still, I don't think anything is ever gonna top. Well, I don't know. I may be jinxing it, topping off Dying Light 2 or Ghostwire, but we'll never know, you know? But holy guacamole, dude. That's why I say overall. Okay. Hey, and I definitely respect that. I definitely do respect that. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we went way overboard today. But I still didn't mind it because I had a lot of fun. Obviously, you know, not every topic is going to be, you know, fun. And, you know, obviously some of them should have like a time limit. We went all over today. But overall, I enjoyed it. I had fun, you know. Not every week is going to have good news, so we won't always have these. But just like I said, if you guys have any news that you guys want to share, hit me up on Twitter, Discord, and tag me on videos or just anything, just messages as well. You know, definitely do want to do this. And like I said, sometimes I'll have some guests, you know, come over so that I'm not the only one that's just talking about these. Sometimes we'll just have like, you know, 5 topics to talk about. You know, today I feel like we had topics for like 2 weeks, you know, but Yes, definitely did enjoy it. So again, just let me know what you guys think that I could improve on. Again, obviously one of the main things, keeping it under an hour. I get that. Have more actual information. Maybe have pictures posted up here or something like that. But anything helps. Like I said, first these podcasts are going to be booty. They're going to be shitty. But I can promise you that the more we keep on doing this, the more they're going to become a little bit more freaking decent. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the topics today. Again, I'll try to leave info for the topics that we'll have ahead of time rather than just like last minute thing. So you guys can, do some info if you guys like to as well. But we're definitely going to continue doing this. But yeah, thank you guys. Let me know if there's a certain topic that you guys really enjoyed. Let me know. And in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys next time then. Peace. Thank you guys all for tuning in today for our first, I forgot the freaking name already, the Fake Game Talks podcast for episode 1. Episode 2 in the future. Keep look out in the playlist down in the comment section below. We'll catch you guys next time. Alright guys. Thank you guys. Peace out.